Good evening, and welcome back to Mik'dUp. It is Monday, June 20th. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive and our friends at Caesar Sportsbook.
No big deal.
And a whole bunch of other sponsors that we're going to get to through ads through the course of the show. Happy Monday. It was a long weekend. It was a recently added government holiday, which I enjoyed having a longer weekend today. A lot of businesses were off this Monday. Floyd, how was your weekend? You do anything cool?
Excellent. Father's Day.
That's great.
You got to celebrate with the Padre.
Did you do a little celebrating, or did you? Yeah, you had a little celebrating.
Little 9 holes.
Yeah, how'd you do? Just 9?
Yeah, just 9.
Just 9.
Just 9.
It was hot, steamy.
It was. See, this is where I am with. This is where I am with the golf. I feel like people are underestimating, or no, they're overestimating the heat. It's not that hot. Once you get there, you start to sweat.
I have no problem with the hot.
Yeah, but I think if you're from Louisiana, you should know what's happening.
I have no problem with the heat.
Once I start to sweat, it's on.
Oh,
It's going to be hot
I'm
today.
with you. I agree. I enjoyed it. I had some. I'll talk about my golf experiences this weekend.
How's your finger?
Oh, it's fine. No stitches. I'll talk about that.
That's
Jay Mitch, in the house, in the studio. How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was good, you know.
What'd you do?
Chill.
Chill, relax.
Yeah, we, avoided some sun,
Just
relax, you know.
Did some wedding prep.
Yeah, y'all can keep talking about that hot shit like it's cool. It's hot.
Did some wedding prep. Jumped in the pool.
You're built for
it.
Jay Mitch jumps in the pool with
it's hot.
with the hat, with the umbrella hat. So
the one that has like the long thing too, that like goes down to your neck, like as if it's like hair.
Are you a big pencil guy?
No.
Oh, Jay Mitch stays in the shade. In the shade.
No water?
Straw hat or straw hat or
No
that?
sun.
No sun.
Yeah,
No sun.
It's not about the water. It's about the sun.
Yeah. I'll stay
Preconceived notions.
Yeah, it's stupid. Jack, how was your weekend? I want to skip on that. How was your weekend, Jack?
It was good. Saw Top Gun.
First time. I saw
First
Top Gun
time.
for the second time
Yeah.
on Sunday.
I'm gonna
Was it
see
just as
again
good?
This week, but
Better the second time.
It's good, man.
Better the second time.
When he dies the second time?
It's better the second time. You understand. You see it. You see things that you didn't really see the first time. It was great. My weekend was wonderful. We did not have the show on Friday, which is kind of a bummer. We had some games going on, but people who own the building asked if we couldn't have the show because they had some stuff going on, which we happily obliged.
Put a real damper on my Friday. I usually love to just get hammered on Friday. It's just great.
Thursday, I played a little golf. We didn't finish because it started raining. And then Friday, I had the golf itch. So I go to the driving range, and my golf game is progressing, right? And I'm trying to work on some things. Why are we...
Show him the finger.
Oh. Well, you can't... Oh, you're so close to me now. I can't... Jeez. See, there we go. See it?
Ugh.
Right there. Can't really see
Those
it.
are not blisters, by the way.
Unfortunately, they're not blisters. So what happened was...
What happened?
I was on the range and I was grinding. It was probably it was early. It was probably 10 o'clock in the morning. And it was Friday. I didn't have anything going on. I was like, I'm going to go to the range for about an hour and a half, get some swings in. So I'm in there. I'm talking to some guys on the range. I'm getting through it. I'm going through my bag. I go 56, 52, pitching wedge 9, 8, 7. And I get to my 6 iron. So I hit a few of my 6. The ball's not really flying the way I really want it to. So I try to make an adjustment. I come back. When I come at the club, I'm offering at the ball. The club snaps in my hand, from the grip.
Midair.
Right as I'm about to make contact. I don't hit the ground. I wish I would have hit the ground because it probably would have snapped at the shaft. This snaps in my grip, snaps through the grip, slices my fingers open. I'm dripping blood on the range. I'm like, oh, this is not good. I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
That was you. That was you. I heard screaming.
I'm
bleeding. I'm bleeding.
And so the guy was like, holy shit, what happened? I'm like, my club broke. He goes, what do you mean? I showed him the thing. He goes, wow, I've literally never seen that in my life. So then I go back to the clubhouse, give them my club because I need to get it fixed. Hey, can you give me something to wrap up? Yeah. Hey, you need to go to the urgent care. I'm not going to the urgent care because I'm going to go to urgent care and say, oh, you don't need stitches, but here's $200. You pay me $200 for me to tell you that you don't need stitches. So I call my good friend Bo Lowry at LSU, who used to be my trainer. Now he's a head football trainer. I'm like, hey, Bo. He didn't answer. I called the basketball trainer, who thankfully I played here and made connections with all the trainers. Baseball trainers out of town. Bo Lowry was busy.
Privilege.
I call the basketball trainer, Sean Eddy. I was like, hey, I never thought that I'd be calling you after I retired from playing baseball that I needed to come into your training room, but I needed to come into the training room. I sliced my fingers. I just want to make sure I don't need stitches. Don't need stitches. Bandage this baby up. He said you'll be good in a week.
So how much stuff did you bleed on from U Club?
No, it was just the grass. It was just the grass. So I had the grass, and then the guy next to me just gave me a towel. He's like, hey, just take this towel. I don't need it anymore. Wrap yourself up. Go inside.
Wipe yourself off. You're bleeding.
We're good. It was good.
Wipe yourself off. You
dead. It was good. It was a little bit. Listen. Hey, here's the other thing, though. So then Friday, we had...
What a great movie.
We had a big Father's Day weekend this weekend. Yeah. So my father-in-law said he wanted to do bowling with the family, which I was all for. I love doing a family. Like, we went old school. Got pizzas, pitchers of beer, like the whole old school at like All-Star Lanes. I'm like, here we go. And then that happens, and I was pumped because I was going to beat their brains in on the bowling alley. I just love bowling. But then I can't go
What's
bowl.
your number?
I can't bowl right-handed. I can get to 200 sometimes. Usually about 170, 160, 170. You know, that's a good day. Now, to be legitimate, like I hadn't bowled so long, I was probably gonna get into like the 130, 140 range. Like I hadn't bowled so long, so then now I'm bummed. I had to bowl left-handed. Bowled the hundo left-handed though. So hey,
that might be more impressive.
Hey, I was okay. First one, I was like, hey, I'm gonna try to bowl left-handed. Like, oh, let's see how this goes. First one, 9 pins, then I knocked down the one pin spare. I'm like, oh my god,
I might be left-handed.
No way I can keep this up the entire day.
Can't wait to go home tonight.
No, but it was good. It was good. Saturday we had a little boys' dinner. Me and Jay Mitch and Bo and Renato. Sorry, you were with your girlfriend. I thought. No, not bad.
Lloyd just ditched us. That's all.
Yeah, he big leagued us.
Yeah, he big leagued us.
I got big leagued by you.
He didn't get big leagued by us. It was a last minute thing. It was last minute. He called us. He said, "You want to go to dinner?" I said, "Yes." It was only supposed to be me and Bo. Then I got to dinner and there's 4 tables, 4 seats. I was like, "What happened?" He said, "Well, I invited Jared and Anthony." I was like, "Oh, great."
We went to dinner. We did our dinner. He brought me to sushi something. Rockin' Sake.
Oh, Rockin' Sake.
Yeah, we had our dinner.
After the Friday before.
Yeah, it's great.
Look, why are you saying that like that's your first time being there?
Because I've never been there before.
Okay. No. We got a big show today. We got 1 minute before after intro. Madeline Adams. No. Is she not in there?
No, we got porn.
What happened?
Naked HG.
Oh no.
XYZ.
That's not good. That's not good. Well, Madeline Adams.
I saw your tan.
She is a sports anchor for Fox 8 in New Orleans. She is going to be on. We're going to talk a little Pels basketball. The NBA draft is Thursday. A lot of rumors going around about what the Pelicans are going to do with their pick. A lot of rumors obviously surrounding Zion. I think Zion resigns. It sounds like he's very happy. We're going to ask her all these questions. Everybody wants Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey's not going to be available. I think point guard's kind of the popular pick. Is she in? Is she here?
She's here.
She is here. We are going to take a break, 30-second break, get reset, do our introductions before the show so it's not awkward. And we'll be back with you. Watching Mik'dUp, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
They say the aches and pains are inevitable, that it's all downhill after 40. Well, I'm just getting started.
Today's show is brought to you by Dos Equis. Here in Louisiana, we like to have a great time. If you're looking to be the life of the tailgate, check out Dos Equis mini kegs. Hold 16 beers, easy to tap.
Yes, I got y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Check it out. Become a life of the party. You're welcome.
Awesome. Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on.
At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuvame. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuvame.
Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We have our friend Madeline Adams from Fox 8 in New Orleans. We're going to talk a little Pels basketball. NBA draft is Thursday. Madeline, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you being here.
Hey, Mikey, how are you doing? Thanks for having me on.
I'm doing well. Talk to me about this. What can we expect I can't talk. What can we expect from the draft on Thursday? Yeah, I'm sorry. You got me nervous.
That's okay. That's okay. Look, I think the Pelicans are in a great position. For them to be a playoff team last season and have a lottery pick is so rare. And they're in such a good position. 14 guys are under contract heading into next year. So they've got a ton of depth on their squad. They can go in a couple of different directions. I don't see any glaring needs or holes within this team that they need to fill. But, I think the two needs are, guys who can shoot and maybe perimeter defense. And so really, I think, but the Pelicans don't need to be super, super aggressive in this draft. I've heard people saying, maybe trade up or, I don't think they need to do all that. I think, if they have a guy on the board at 8 that they want and that's, just overall a good basketball player, I think they can take him. Jeremy Sohan from Baylor is a guy that I'm kind of looking at, just overall really effective passer, good defensive instincts, had a great postseason run with the Bears. And Dyson Daniels from the G League's another guy that's kind of on the radar there for the pick at 8. So the Pelicans can do kind of a lot with this pick. Really interested to see what direction they go with the number 8 selection in the NBA draft. It's going to be a fun night. So I'll be there at the Pelicans facility covering the draft. Can't wait.
People are talking about point guards. Obviously, I think that was kind of one of the areas of need for the Pelicans going into next season. People have also talked about them trading back in the draft if there's somebody later on the draft that they like. Do you see that happening? And do you agree that point guard is probably the spot they probably need to go after?
Yeah, I could see that. Again, I could see drafting back. I think if you want to maybe exchange a pick with either Oklahoma or Charlotte, 12 or 13, trading back to get that spot, I think you could still get a guy like Jeremy Sohan at 12 or 13 and then maybe get a future first-round draft pick. Because what you're not asking this guy to do is come in and, have an immediate impact in the starting rotation, because your starting rotation is pretty much already figured out, right? Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, Herb Jones, and Zion Williamson. So you're not
hopefully
Zion.
Hopefully Zion.
Hopefully Zion. It's on the right track. So hopefully Zion. But this is really a player that can be maybe 8, 9, 10 in their rotation. So not like a huge immediate impact like Herb Jones was last year. And so I can see trading back, like I said, either 12 or 13 and maybe getting a future first-round draft pick, because what you're doing is you're building for the future, right?
Yep.
Because you have so much depth right now. So I could see kind of trading back, wouldn't trade up for sure.
Madeline, of the let's say, I don't know, consensus top 5 right now, for whatever unforeseen reason, which do you think has the biggest chance of possibly slipping a little in the draft?
Ooh.
Tough.
I don't know.
I want Jaden Ivey to slip, but I don't think he's going to.
Jaden Ivey would I know, he'd be great. But the thing is about this draft, I think the top 10, really your top 15 players are solid. And then after that, it's not as strong of a draft class as we've seen in years past. So I don't know. Jaden Ivey would probably be my pick too, if he would slip back and maybe fall to 8. But obviously if they trade back and are at 12 or 13, he's not going to be there. So it's going to be interesting to see. But, I think, out of the top 10, that's probably, the top 5 is, they've got a really solid top 10 draft prospects. And it'll be interesting to see where those guys fall. But Jaden Ivey's a great, would be a great prospect who I think he'd fit really well with the Pelicans.
It does feel like the Pelicans need shooting after what you saw in the playoffs, wherever it's like it feels like it's one piece away almost, which is kind of crazy to say because the Pelicans were not really on the forefront of anybody's brain, and now you can almost insert Zion like a draft pick. Do you think that there's any credence to the fact that they might draft or trade their draft pick or maybe try to find like a bona fide shooter in the league as opposed to trying to draft one?
I'm not – I've heard like a lot of talk about that on social media. I think like Donovan Mitchell was, maybe brought up on social media. I don't see that happening because, again, like I don't think the Pels need to be super aggressive this year, because I think what we've seen last year with the playoff run is they had the pieces they needed to get to the playoffs. They didn't even have C.J. McCollum a full season. Brandon Ingram was battling injury throughout the year. Zion Williamson was not a factor at all last year.
Battling
so
something.
I mean, he was a factor, just not.
Wait, how did you spell it?
He was definitely a factor, just not
factor.
So I think they have the pieces they need right now. Would you like a guy who can come in and contribute more from beyond the arc? Sure. But I don't think because also who would you give up?
Right.
Outside of Devontae Graham and Jackson Hayes. So those are all kind of things that you kind of have to factor in. I just don't think the Pelicans need to be super aggressive. I think with the starting rotation that they have right now, with those 5 guys, I think they are a top 4 team in the Western Conference. Now, given if everyone is healthy, that's the huge thing, obviously.
Absolutely.
Season in and season out is health. But I think if those 5 are healthy and if their 8, 9, 10 guys stay healthy too, this team is a top 4 team in the Western Conference.
LeBron James.
They almost, okay. I got to New Orleans the tail end of the season, so I covered the Portland game and then the play-in game and the Suns series. They were pretty close. I know Devin Booker was battling some injury, but they were going toe-to-toe with the Suns.
Yep.
You have Zion Williamson in that lineup, and I just think they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference next year. So I don't really think I don't think they need to be super aggressive. I keep saying that, but I think they have the pieces they need right now. They have the chemistry. Willie Green and the culture he was able to establish this year was incredible to watch. I think Willie Green is so ahead of the curve when it comes to first-year head coaches and heading into a second season. So I can't wait to see what happens.
I think we're all
a fun team to cover too.
I bet. I think we're all in consensus here that Zion's probably going to re-sign. How would you describe the relationship between? Because obviously, at the beginning of the season, it was a fractured relationship with the front office and Zion. You're getting mixed reports. We, on the show, are getting mixed reports about him playing, saying that he was ready, and he wasn't ready, apparently. But how would you describe the relationship between Zion and the front office now that the Pelicans have made this long run in the playoffs and got C.J. McCollum and have really made a difference?
Yeah, well, look, throughout the entire last season, I know all those reports were coming out, but we weren't really hearing from Zion himself. The first time we got to hear from Zion was after the season, and kind of the year-end media availability where he was like, man, if I got offered, the max extension, I couldn't sign fast enough, which is obviously if you're David Griffin in the front office, was what you want to hear, So, and, David Griffin, I think, talked on a podcast recently, too, about, the relationship is, they're both on the same page. Zion wants to be in New Orleans. Zion said that again at another event that he was at, that he wants to be in New Orleans. But he also mentioned how much seeing the playoff run made him excited to play with this team, right? And you can't blame him. I mean, seeing the postseason run and what the Pelicans were able to do, the young pieces, too. You look at the rookies last season, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and Jose Alvarado, were huge contributors. And so if you continue to build that potential, I can see why Zion wants to be here. And I think Willie Green played a huge part in it too, and just the potential that we saw in him. And so, look, I think they're much more on the same page right now. I think, I see this really working out for both sides this summer.
You said you got to New Orleans a little late. You covered the entire playoff run. How electric was New Orleans and the fan base and the arena during that playoff run? How cool was that? Because from this, I didn't get to go to watch a game, but from watching it on TV, it felt like you could feel it, and you could feel like I was like, damn, the energy is there.
Mikey didn't go because he couldn't get floor seats. He didn't have feet on the wood, so he didn't want to show up.
Yeah.
And if you got hookups, look, hopefully Caesars, my new sponsor, will give me some floor seats next year.
Oh my goodness. Look, I tell you, I wasn't, so the media seating is kind of it's not in the rafters, but you're not super close to the floor.
Right.
And even from that perspective, it was insane. I had only been to one Pelicans game before that, just because, going to college and working in Lafayette. I've only been to one Pelicans game, so I went into it really not knowing what to expect, and the atmosphere was absolutely crazy. Even from that first Portland game to every single playoff game. I mean, all of them were sold out. And, you know, the Jose chants, I remember Jonas Valanciunas hitting a three, and, like, the place just erupted. So I am so excited. That's why I'm, like, pumped to cover it next season, because I hope that energy is there the entire time, especially with all the potential that this team brings, you know, because, like, at the beginning of the season, that kind of crowd that we had in the playoffs and the postseason run wasn't there for the beginning of the season. You add CJ, Brandon, you know, like, it's just
You're gonna shift the team
the
to
atmosphere
Seattle.
was so much more. Yeah. Look, New Orleans is a basketball city, and they proved that in the postseason.
I agree.
So
we're a city
I'm
of
tired of that
absolute
narrative.
fun and sports.
We are. If you're winning, and we love sports,
they're all
no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I was so tired of that narrative, like, toward the end of the season. I'm like, dude, this, like, the fan base connected with the team, too, in a way that I don't think a ton of markets connect with their team. But, you know, the way that they just, like, loved Jose and Herb Jones, who is an Alabama grad, you know, or, like, he's a product of Alabama, but LSU fans who are Pelicans fans just, like, gravitated toward him. And so, you know, it was such a fun atmosphere, and really, really just, like, was just such a taste of hopefully what we get to see the entire season next year. So I can't wait.
I think that epitomizes Louisiana sports in New Orleans, really, in general, right? Like, if you go out there and you embrace the city and you show that you have fun, you play hard, and you are out there grinding, the fans are going to back you, and they're going to support you, and they're going to be there with you. And I think that just kind of epitomizes what Louisiana sports is. So, yeah, I agree. It was pretty fun to see. Floyd, you got something?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, and I was actually have a question on top of that. I feel like that environment, based on what Zion saw, is the reason why he wanted to sign back with the Pelicans, because, I mean, take it or leave it. I mean, there's definitely some question marks around his buy-in to the Pelicans. But when he saw, I mean, he said it himself. He was like, I don't need to see anything else. Pelicans in round one. That's all I needed to see. He needed to see, I guess, extensive progress. But when you put the fan base on top of that, Zion, he went from being on, afloat, making fun of his weight, to we want this guy to sign the Supermax. Like, that's what New Orleans is. Like, you'll give you ribs, we'll give you all of the stuff, but at the end of the day, we actually want to love you. And it feels like Zion is all the way bought in now.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's a saying that if you love the city, it'll love you back. And I think that's kind of what's happening. And, you know, look, like, I think it was good for not only the front office, but the Pelicans fans to hear Zion say, hey, I want to be here. You know, David Griffin called him a max player. So we'll see what happens. And I think it's going to be worked out relatively quickly. You know, obviously the main thing with Zion is his continued health. You know, and so that'll be interesting to see how the contract is kind of worked out in that perspective, or in that respect. But really excited to see. And look, you know, like you said, Zion mentioned that seeing that postseason run, seeing the chemistry of the team, how much fun they were having. Because, you know, this team was truly, it was their first playoffs run since in a while, I guess, right? Since I think 2018. So, like, they were truly having fun. You know, all the young rookies to the vets like CJ and Brandon. It was Brandon's first playoff run, but you wouldn't be able to tell from the way he was playing. So I think seeing all of that 100%, did help Zion Williamson just kind of envision his future here in New Orleans. So it was good all around for him to kind of reaffirm his commitment to the Pelicans and say, hey, look, I want to be here. So I think they're both on the same page right now.
Looking at the lay.
Why are you laughing?
Because of Lloyd.
What?
The face he was making. Looking at the lay of the front office so far and what they've done, I guess the newer regime since they've come in, how would you grade them and what they've done and going forward and what you see this team that could possibly be? Because they've put a lot of pieces together and they've acquired a lot of pieces, and they've kind of turned this in from an exile place to where you kind of people want to come and play here a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Willie Green is so impressive as a head coach in his first year. Obviously, he learned from Monty Williams, right, who's been coach of the year several years. And so he learned a lot from Monty Williams. You can see a lot of Monty in Willie. And, you know, that video that went viral where Willie's like, you know, we got to fight. Like, all the fans love that. I think the fans love Willie. He's a player's coach. You know, the players really gravitated toward him, too. And so I can't see giving Willie Green anything less than an A, you know, for his first season. What he was able to do, taking a team that started 1-12 to the playoffs, right? I think that's just impressive in itself. And then no team had a better rookie draft class than the Pelicans. When you think of, I think they did have the most minutes out of all rookie classes. So Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, really impressive. So just this Willie Green coming in and what they were able to do last year should give Pelicans fans a lot of hope for the draft that they'll have this year. So excited to see kind of where they go. Again, like I said, they're in a good position. They have a ton of options in front of them. And, it's going to be exciting to see kind of what direction they go.
Obviously, the C.J. McCollum trade was huge, right? I think that was evident on the court. Do you think that the national media's perception of New Orleans has changed since that? Because you listen to Stephen A., you listen to all the pundits and the experts talk about the atmosphere in New Orleans and the playoff run in New Orleans. And some, like, once Booker went down, they were projecting the Pelicans to win the series. Like, it wasn't as much of an upset as it was when it first started. And now you see C.J. McCollum on ESPN as a guest analyst all the time. Have you started to see the public's perception of New Orleans Pelicans change through the course of the last 4 months?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, outside of New Orleans, I think people because obviously when you play in the postseason, you kind of even have more of a magnifying glass on you and the atmosphere that you provide. And I think, having those games sold out and having a guy like C.J. McCollum, a veteran who's played in so many postseasons, I think that was fun for people to watch. And I think the possibility, again, of having, Zion back next season and C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, people really got to see how incredible Brandon Ingram is. I mean, at one point in the playoffs, he was like the best guy out there, right? Like
that was his
in all
star
of the
turn.
NBA. And so, yeah, it's crazy. And so I think, having that postseason run kind of put a magnifying glass on what this could be like for years to come. And so it was really impressive. And I think the city itself kind of collectively got more and more behind the team as, the games went on. And so it was really fun to watch. Yeah, the national media, like I said, there was a narrative going on that New Orleans is not a basketball city. I think that narrative can go away after this postseason run, and just like for the national, I guess, outlook to kind of see the way that New Orleans cares about their basketball team, the way that the players are connecting to the city as well. CJ saying that he wants to go to a Saints game, wants to go to an LSU game. So, I just think the culture and the chemistry between the city, between the team, is really been impressive. I think Willie Green has been a huge, kind of contributor to all that, right? Because he's the head coach. And so he kind of facilitates all that. And so I think, the fans have really connected with Willie, connected with the team. And that's kind of shown, or that's kind of really just obviously been evident, even to people outside of New Orleans. Right. So I think it's moving in the right direction. Like I said, I can't wait to continue covering this team. They're just a fun team to cover. And so really excited to see what they do these next few seasons.
Gun to your head, who are they drafting?
Damn, that's aggressive.
That's aggressive. Lord's being aggressive over there.
That was really fast. And for some reason I thought I had a time limit.
3, 2.
Damn.
I thought I had a time limit, so I was really nervous for a second. No, I think Jeremy Sohan, again, he's just really overall a great prospect. Like I mentioned, he was incredible in the postseason. I think almost averaging a double-double with his, run with Baylor. Really effective passer, good defensive instincts, great rebounder, which I think they could use as well for the Pelicans. Because Jonas Valanciunas, and then on the stat sheet, I can't remember, Jonas was I don't know, obviously in the double figures with rebounds, and then the next person was single figures. So just somebody to help out with Jonas and rebounding. He can be good from beyond the arc, and he comes from a basketball family. So if I had to choose, Jeremy Sohan, I think is probably the best prospect for the Pelicans.
I like it. I'm gonna put a little bet on that.
Have you seen Hustle with Adam Sandler yet?
Me, I have not. I've heard it's really good though.
It is good.
It is
Yeah,
good.
it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's not bad. Really good basketball. So, but
that's what that player sounds like. That's what that guy sounds like.
No, I'm looking forward to it. They are an exciting team. I'm looking forward to next season and watching.
Yeah.
Hopefully Zion's on the court and seeing what's going on. Hopefully the guy they draft is an immediate contributor. I will sacrifice the floor seats to go. I will go watch the game. Now, if you have a line on some floor seats, maybe shoot them that way.
Don't be afraid to shoot.
Yeah, don't be afraid to shoot them my way.
We won't be mad at you.
But no, Madeline, I appreciate you coming on. I really do. We have a little late night show here, so I appreciate you taking your time coming on. We'll be watching the Pels coverage for the draft and see if your prediction is right, because I'm gonna put some money on it.
All right. Thank you so much again.
You.
It was so fun hanging with you guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yep. Take it easy.
I take it easy.
Boy, it's hot in here. I'm sweating.
Oh no, the AC went out early this morning.
Oh, you didn't want to?
I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to put you in a bad mood.
You just didn't want to tell me that.
No.
Lloyd's been aggressive to me all day for no reason. I don't know why. He says he's not mad at me, but he's been very aggressive to me. No, Lloyd had a tough morning, I think.
Lloyd.
Hey, Hey, hold on. Here's the deal. I just got a text message. From our friends at Caesars. Well, I don't know what's going on. Lloyd's back. Lloyd's back in his depressed seat. Yeah.
I'm happy.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, here you go. Perk up.
All-time texter. You're.
Perk up. I just got a text message. I got a text from our friend at Caesars. He said we can only get Pelicans floor seats if Lloyd sings the anthem.
Do you know the words to the anthem?
Yes.
Do you know
I'm
the
not
words
doing it
on
on.
the spot?
Wait, who said that?
Our guy from
David?
Caesars.
He's gonna sing it right now?
No, on the court.
6'4", now
God.
playing.
I mean,
I'd
we
rather
gotta
do
make
the
that
intro-
happen.
I'd rather do the intros than do the anthem.
No way. Intros. You can't do
Y'all ever seen the
intros.
video?
I don't trust you in the
Y'all ever
intros.
seen the video of the really big guy that was singing the anthem at like this wrestling thing, and he like messed it up. So he's like, "I'm gonna start over." Like in the middle of the anthem, he did it twice. He started over
I didn't
twice.
see that. Hey, listen. Singing national anthem is tough. Like, you sing it all the time. You know the words, but like
I don't know the words.
you do. You
I don't
clam
know the
up
words
because
on the spot.
it is.
Would they give me the?
How is your voice? How is your singing?
Oh,
voice?
terrible! I have no singing voice.
No tune.
No
Me
tune.
either.
Yeah.
Me either. I can't sing or dance.
Oh, I can
I
dance.
know you can dance, but I can't sing or dance. But
Lloyd,
that
you're a
was a
dancer?
text I got. Maybe
How
we
did
can
you
make
know
it.
I could dance?
You've told me this before.
Oh yeah, I can dance. I can dance.
You've told me this before.
So you've just told the story. You haven't shown the story. I don't believe that.
But that was good. I'm gonna
I believe it when I see it.
Listen.
I don't believe that.
to like Lloyd likes to say, to put a bow on this thing. The Pelicans are in prime position next year to make a deep run in the West. What do we? Ooh.
Keyboard. We just put a new keyboard in, and it was
Keyboard?
not working. Keyboard.
Man, I know they don't. I know like it's not
Like
like
Zion
a
comes back.
traditional spot, but like think about it. If you got Zion back, you got Brandon Ingram back, you got McCollum back,
Listen,
you got all
look at-
kind of
look at all-
role
look at
players.
all the-
Like it's a very attractive place to
No
be.
doubt, but look at all of the big
LeBron
teams.
James.
Look at all of the big teams in the NBA that are really
Yeah.
good. You have a guy who can get their own, create their own shot. CJ McCollum, right? He's a scorer. He can do his thing. You have a guy who can shoot threes and get rebounds, which is Valanciunas can do both of those, right? He's a rebounding machine, and he can step back and hit the three. You have a defensive whiz in Herb Jones.
and
Alvarado, really, but
So
Herb
I was
Jones
just about,
can
I
defend
was just about to
anyone.
go this way. I was gonna be like, well, we can really talk about like big wings, right? Zion can kind of play positionless basketball.
Right. And he can
You
defend,
got Herb. You got CJ. You got Brandon Ingram. Like that's
Valanciunas.
if you got wings, like big wings that can play, man, that plays in the league.
And
man.
Alvarado's a defensive as a
Yeah.
menace in the defensive side, and you go and get someone who can contribute right away, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be like an all-star caliber, all rookie team, but just somebody who's giving you positive minutes. Like that's huge,
I think the bigger conversation is what we're missing is the fact that we're even talking about them
right? In the offseason.
in the offseason. The Pelicans are for real.
No doubt.
Like, they're going.
We're talking
That's
about
fine,
it
and I
in the
love
offseason
basketball. I love good
after a
basketball.
year where they had no playing time from Zion. That says
Right.
a lot about what
Right.
they've done.
And they have Kyra Lewis coming back from the ACL tear.
Mhm.
Their first
Yep.
round pick. From
He-
he was the point guard from Bama they drafted a couple
but
years
double
ago.
Bama.
Yeah, the year before they drafted, like
He
2
was
years
good.
ago,
He
they
can
drafted
shoot it
him in the
too.
first round.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. I do want to see if I
It's
can
gonna be fun.
put a little bet on that. Speaking
Bet
of
that.
bets, we had our friend Trey Wingo came on the show on Monday, and Lloyd's giving this huffing and puffing sound because his ego got in the way, and he did not want to pick a guy that has braces. That Trey Wingo. Listen, Trey Wingo came in. He's in Hawaii, and he understands golf, and he talks golf. And when he talks, you better listen. He told us the 4 names, all to make it into the top 10. Every guy he told us all made it into the top 10. Boom. Good move by you. Ole Miss up 2-0. The over's looking good.
Oh, that's quick.
Over's looking good. Over under this game was 10. We're watching the Ole Miss Arkansas game, so
It
we're
was
going
at
to
11 right before the game.
Oh, well, I got it at 10.
Yeah.
So it's going up. That means we're on the right side of
we're on
history.
the right
there,
side of
fellas.
it.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're watching the game. We'll talk about it. We bet the Mik'dUp crew. At least I did. I don't know. Lloyd doesn't like my bets anymore, apparently.
No, prove yourself.
I'm proving myself. You don't know what goes into this. You don't know what I did.
No, I've seen you work hard, and then I saw you work.
One time. Jesus.
That's all it takes.
One time. You're a front runner.
Are you proud of yourself?
Bro. You are a front runner. It's unbelievable.
No, that's Hal Wingo.
No, you. Hal gave you all the picks. You didn't pick them.
He front runned.
You front run?
Front run?
You front run?
It's the first time I've ever heard
that.
that
Matthew
one.
Fitzpatrick wasn't really a front runner bet.
That's how Matthew Fitzpatrick would say it with all the metal in his mouth. There's no way he's the first person in golf history.
That's not good for you.
No, I know.
No,
well,
it's not good.
Well, here's the
Wind's
deal.
blowing
I saw
out.
the wind blowing in after I was watching the first game.
Yeah.
I bet the over at 12.
They're still juicing him out of there, though.
Stanford, they didn't hit one homer. I mean,
Nobody
they maybe
hit
hit one. They hit a homer last.
That's got to
first
slow
game?
down by nighttime, though, huh?
That's what you would assume. But
think.
Stanford is one of the top offensive teams in the country, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, this is their third game. They've got to be a little bit down on the pitching, or maybe was it second? It's the third game. And I was like, I think either way,
Second.
They've got to score some. Oh, that's good. Great for the over.
I mean,
That win.
How,
what was
how did
that?
Jesus.
Sweet route.
That was
Magellan.
tough right there, huh? Just give him one. God. Just gift wrap that thing to him.
I mean, what was that?
Circumnavigate the globe.
You've never heard that one before?
I mean, I have, but not from you. I just didn't know if you knew that.
Jesus, look at
I mean, he wasn't even anywhere.
Oh, the
sun.
sun.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give him a little excuse. The sun.
Just catch the sun then next time.
Hey,
Hey,
the
I used to
sun
have
is
I used to have an outfield coordinator that would say that all the time. He was like, "Oh, the sun, just catch the sun." I'm like, "The fucking sun ain't coming down. What you mean catch the sun?"
There is not a more helpless feeling. Oh, what up, Cade?
Oh.
Cade Beloso in the studio.
No
What's
limp.
going on?
No limp.
There he
No
is.
limp.
No limp.
Running on the elevator, the treadmill that you're running on today.
Are you underwater?
The underwater joint.
What was I saying? Oh, there's not a worse feeling in the world than having the ball stuck in the sun, can't get out of it. Like, you're fucked.
I mean, you saw it the other day, whatever. Not even the other day. You saw it. Was it regional play? Whatever. That center fielder just put his hands up. You're like, oh no.
Oh, that's it.
No
Hey,
good.
I like committed early in my career to say, "Hey, bro, look, if I get a ball caught in the sun, like I'm gonna make it look like it's just the coolest thing ever. Like you will never know until I catch this thing or if it was in the sun or not. And if it was, I would just be like, did I just misread?
Listen, there's two things: sunballs and when it becomes twilight.
Twilight balls are worse.
Twilight may be worse than the sun.
Twilight balls are worse.
Hey, there was a ball. I was playing center field, and there was a ball hit to me one time, and it was kind of in the gap, but it was more to center field. And I ran. I'm looking for the ball, and by the time I saw the ball, it was 25 feet behind me on the other side. I wasn't even close to it. This guy almost ran inside the Parker on a ball that I had no business running after. I couldn't find it. It was brutal.
Hey, quick story. You know what that reminds me of? Camelback. The tan seats. I remember one time I'm in a game there, and I'm playing right field. There was the tan seats are so bad. There was a ball hit to left center that in right field I broke towards the right field line off the bat. I had no clue where it was. I was like, "What is going on here?"
That's the worst.
But
That's,
no.
when you can't find it, it's the worst.
But no, so you're saying you would rather have the I'm gonna play it off. Hopefully, I catch it, as opposed to I'm showing.
I'm gonna be
out,
honest
I
with you.
don't know what's
I'm gonna be
going
honest
on.
with you. Some balls don't bother me at all. Twilight's the worst.
Well, listen. The more you play, the more you realize, if you catch the sun, like if you understand where the sunball is going to be, and you position yourself like
You
the
gotta
ball's
play
up
on
in
side
the air,
the sun all the
You
time.
gotta play on the side of the sun.
So like some balls really don't bother me like at all.
So you can't be straight on. You gotta play on the side of it because if you look at an angle,
Which
you
side
don't
is
see
So
the
like
side of the
even
sun?
if you you're
if
reading
the sun's here, you want to play.
well, it doesn't matter
this
because
way.
what you're really reading is like bat angles and stuff like that. So
Right.
ball comes off the bat, you know where it's spinning and where it's going. You have to like get on side of the sun to not have to play it through the sun.
Yeah.
So like you that's how you
I
play
was so
softball.
bad at baseball, I didn't even know I was so bad at it. Like,
That's how you combat the sun. But Cade Beloso's in studio, so we're gonna take a 30-second break.
How do you combat
We're
the
gonna
deep
regroup.
circle? We'll figure it
We're
out.
gonna we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna regroup. Ask him how the rehab's going. Ask him about the season. Ask him about the new staff. Everything that we got going on. Got a new shortstop recruit that just committed today. Talk about all of that.
You gonna play short?
Huh?
You played short?
Absolutely not.
All right, give us 30 seconds. We'll regroup. We'll be right back. You're watching Mik'dUp, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Mik'dUp is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263. Mik'dUp is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263. Mik'dUp is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263.
At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuvame, let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me.
Welcome back to Mik'dUp. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Lloyd is mad at me. I confirmed it on the off air.
I knew
He is
it.
mad.
I sniffed
Because
him
he
out.
is mad that I don't tell him every single bet that I put in on my app. He's mad at me. But
I thought this is a
I gave a lot of
producer-
we're not talking about.
Talent
Hey, look, this
relationship.
isn't about me and you right now. Or
All right, yeah, we'll air it out after.
our little tiff. It's not about our tiff. We have Cade Beloso in studio.
It's not about
and
you, Cade.
welcome to the
appreciate
show.
you guys for having me.
We've been wanting to get you in for a while, but you know, season kind of got going, and you're doing your own rehab stuff, and
On bended knee.
what's that?
Look at him. He's
Yeah,
looking
look
for
at that.
flexibility.
Look at that. Talk to me about the rehab. How's the rehab going? How was the season for you? There's a lot of things that we want to get into. We
Yeah.
have a lot of time, so.
Oh, I mean, yeah, rehab's going good. I think I'm like 9 weeks into it tomorrow as a Tuesday. So, I mean, I've just been doing a lot of strengthening, like the quad, like hamstring, calf, like, you know, hip, stuff like that. Have you ever heard of like a blood flow like restriction machine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
sucks.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's insane. Like it cuts off like 80% of your blood.
Yeah.
You're just like.
Pop a Viagra.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
that's what the machine's for.
I don't think that's what that's for. I really
Pretty
don't.
sure that's not what they use it for.
Oh yeah.
what my
basically
doctor
Wrong
just doing
machine.
that.
Wrong machine.
Yeah, I'm basically just doing that, 4 times a week. Just I started jogging today, like we were talking about earlier. That was pretty cool. Just felt kind of normal again for like the first time in a while. But
what is the timetable? Like, what is the how long? I know they say about now ACLs are like have been a lot. I guess with advances in technology, they used to be a year. And they went down to like 9 months, and now you see some people get back within like 6 months.
Yeah, so I think mine's like right around 6.5, 7 months.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so you should be ready to go, full go by December?
Yeah, December I'll be like no restrictions, like ready to roll.
Nice.
Yeah, I start hitting next month, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
Nice. Well, we were in the cages with you a lot in this off season, right? Yeah. Like we were working, trying to do our deal, and obviously we're not playing, we're still here, but. One thing that I saw from you was like your swing completely changed from the years in the past to this year, right? And you could see the results, and you're having a good fall. And I was like, damn, this guy is like, he's going to go out there, and he's kind of made that adjustment. What went into that swing change? How did that come about? And what were some of the things specifically that you focused on?
Yeah, I mean, just basically using the ground. Like, I never really not that I didn't learn, but I just never really used my legs properly, like within the swing.
Believe it or not, a lot of people do not do that.
Right, believe it or not, even to Pro Bowl.
Like 100%. Like not a lot of people like really know how to use the ground, and that's one thing that Jay and Chief are so big on is like getting your foot down early and then using the ground to generate power and like letting the big muscles like your legs and your core to deliver the bat. And that was just one thing that we just got into this fall, and like it helped me out so much, and like. Just working with Chief and Jay every day, just took off. Like I felt like that was the best I'd ever hit in my life, like leading up until that first day of like the season starting.
One of the things that I've learned throughout the course of my career, just in really all sports, not just baseball, but football, but whatever sport you're playing, is you learn a lot from the sidelines, right? Like if you got hurt or for some reason maybe you got taken out the starting lineup, being on the sidelines, being in the dugout, being on the bench, being able to see it from a different perspective, you learn a lot. Did you experience that this year? And was it tough for you not to be on the field with the guys after, y'all kind of got hot towards the end of the year and trying to make that postseason run?
Right. I mean, yeah, like definitely like sucked. Like being on the field, not being on the field is like the worst thing in the world. You want the competitor in you wants to play so bad. But I mean, you got to be a good teammate. You got to get the boys fired up no matter what's going on. And you do learn a lot just from watching the game. For instance, like why would a guy like for an outfielder throw a ball to like a certain base, or like you can like see like why is this guy swinging at this pitch in the dirt in this certain count? So like you just sit back and you kind of analyze. Like I definitely got more nervous not playing, watching the game than like playing in the game because you're not thinking about that stuff. Yeah. You're just like playing. So definitely like learned a lot. Just
if the NCAA was going to take away the boombox, what would you have done?
I would have just sat there. I mean, like holding the boombox was cool and all because like that was like the only thing I like did in the dugout. But like
you were bringing it back.
How do you like it Auburn copied y'all saw?
I saw that. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's
kind of BS.
That's kind of Bush, but whatever.
Get your own deal.
Speaking of Bush, let's talk about Tennessee. No.
Yeah, but I'm like definitely excited not to carry the boombox next year. Like hopefully, like knock on wood, like have a
there'll be something
year.
else, right? There'll be something else.
We'll figure out something else.
You can't always have the same thing. Can't get stale. You gotta get different stuff.
Each year, you gotta come up with something new.
Speaking,
you gotta bring Bianco back to carry the boombox.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Is he? No, he's a.
No, he's got another year.
No, he's a senior.
He's
He's really not gonna enjoy what y'all are doing to him right now.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know.
He does have another year.
Tough conversation.
Going into next year, right? What are some of the things that you, as a veteran, want to see differently from the guys on your team, right? Like, what are some things that happened this year? You're like, damn, this isn't us. Like, this isn't how we play baseball. Like, what are something that you think that you could do better or we could do better to be in the position of Omaha next year?
I mean, definitely getting, like, the first thing that comes to mind is, like, I'm watching Ole Miss right now is just getting swept at home. Like, I mean, that can't ever happen, A lot of people were, pissed off about that within our program, a bunch of the older guys and coaches. Like, I mean, you never want to get swept at home. Obviously just play a better brand of baseball, Like, we did a really good job, like, the last probably 2 months of the season, playing better defense, playing, like, more fundamentally sound baseball. So like I think just continue that into like fall workouts, fall ball, and then the season. So
yeah, but speaking of that, like watching from the sideline, being able to see it, and as y'all had a better last 2 months of the season.
Right.
Understanding now, you not being able to play and being like sitting on the side for that amount of time, seeing early in the year how much
did he get him?
The inconsistency of
he got him.
Really kind of doomed the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? Or the whole year, I would say.
Dang, I was
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
No, I can't believe he actually got that out.
he way out.
Dang,
Dude, those balls
he's the
are-
man.
those
I,
He
balls
got
are
some
juiced.
juice.
I talk
huh?
to him every day. He's the man. He's such a good
He's
dude.
not juiced. Those balls are juiced.
He's got juice.
You think the balls are juiced?
I think so. Absolutely.
109.
Dude, you're-
Okay, first of all, distance is not right.
That's crazy.
109, but distance is 324, and it went 7 rows behind the bullpen. Give me a break. Ooh,
Ball
can't hang that.
smoked.
Can't
He
throw
hang-
that.
yeah,
That's 109 off the bat. Did you
Yeah.
see that swing?
You hang him, we
He's
bang
got
him.
stupid juice.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I know that, but
He had 2
still.
Like,
takes against
but
us.
look at, I mean,
wrong. Y'all didn't go through.
324 my ass.
that went at least 400.
324 my ass. Maybe 424.
Yeah,
What's the wall right there?
I don't
What
know.
the hell's up with you? He has a broken knee too. You can
No.
Yeah, nah, he's a good dude, man. You know,
Yeah.
Hey, if Lloyd comes at you, you just go right back at him, bro. You ain't gotta take that.
I got
shit.
nothing on him.
Oh, sorry. What was your? I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
I
your
was
question.
asking like if he was able to, you know, like when you sit from the side and you're able to see like how much inconsistency actually can hurt your team. Like, is that something you notice and like as the year is over, realizing that hey, we played great the back half of the season, but like we can't wait that long next year to turn it on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we have a big group of guys coming back next year. Like, we're not losing that many people. And everybody in the dugout knows what that feels like. When the boys are rolling, you know how it feels. Like you're just showing up to the yard, having fun, playing, beating people. But like, I think you just got to continue that. Like,
Yeah.
everybody knows how it feels. Like, just find that feeling and stay there. Like, don't like search for it like halfway through the year. But if we just hit the gates running like that, I think we'll be fine.
How close do you think y'all were to finding that feeling? I feel like it was right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best weekend we had was the last weekend of the season in Vanderbilt. Like, that was
Oh yeah.
in my 4 years here, that was the most impressive weekend we've had as a squad. Like, just absolutely dominated Vanderbilt for 3 games.
What's the biggest difference between Maneri and Jay? Right. I feel like obviously.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's about as wrong as it can get.
30?
109 at 30, and that thing only went 324.
No.
Yeah, that's not
that's,
true.
That's not real.
That's like
That's false.
430.
That's
Yeah.
as false. That is literally as false as it gets right now.
Unless the wind
those
absolutely
keep-
crushed
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like I saw where the ball landed.
No, the
there's
wind was
no way.
blowing like towards the left field line.
This guy's yoked.
Yeah, this guy's
Sweet tat.
he
Um,
he walked us off last year. He hit one of the furthest balls Oppo I've ever seen in my life.
Kemp Alderman.
Like 440 Oppo. on the
Sounds
straight
like
line.
a lawyer. Kemp Alderman for all your needs.
But yeah, so what's the difference between you were there with Maneri, and Nolan, all those guys, and then Jay comes in. What's the difference between regimes, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, they're both like such good coaches. Coach Mary's like one of the all-time greats, and is a legend in the game of baseball. And then Jay's great too. Like he's like the Nick Saban of baseball, just in terms of like mentality and the way he like does stuff. I think the biggest difference is like the focus on the mental game, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, of course.
We would have guys come in, guys and girls, excuse me. We'd have this lady Carlene come sometimes. Just people like working on us with mental training because baseball is like such a mental game.
No doubt.
And Jay definitely realizes that, and he brings in people like all the time to talk to us and like train us with that stuff. So I think that's the biggest difference.
Have you met the new transfer?
What is it, Pineda?
Oh, we have no.
That's a no. That's a no.
Pineda. That's another guy. We just got. What's his name? Who's the guy from
that
Baylor?
The guy from Baylor. That's Pineda, right?
Is that his name, Pineda? Oh, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah. I actually met him the other day. He seemed like a cool dude.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he still in town?
No, I don't think so. I think he went
then
back home.
It'll be, a
But
video,
no,
it'll be a video call on Wednesday.
he was
just buried the lead there. Didn't really bury the
Kim
lead.
Mulkey can get his number.
Yeah, we're talking to him. We're in communications with him.
Oh, you're talking to him?
He is. We got him. He's coming on the show on Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. Good
There you go.
producing.
So you met him.
Yeah, he seemed like a good dude.
Yeah.
He was getting a tour of the facility. He seemed like
Is he playing summer ball?
I don't. I mean,
Is
not
he?
as
Is
of,
he
like,
not?
last year.
Is he a draft? He's not. I guess he's not a draft guy. Like he's draft eligible, right? You
I
said
have
he's a
no
junior.
idea. I
Yeah.
didn't really know anything about him. I just met him. I know
Yeah.
he's
Transfer portal is kind of wild, huh?
wild. Like I was talking to Jamie in his office the other day, and like he had it on his desk, just like pulled up on the computer, and like there's so many names.
Where do
in
you
that thing.
see the portal at?
I don't know. I
Like,
thought. I
how do
didn't
you
know what it
find the
was either.
portal? I want to find the portal. I want to read the names on the portal. How do you get that? Yeah, like where's the
How can
portal
it-
come
who,
from?
Who can enter you into the portal?
Yeah, like
there's like
how's the
one
portal? Like where? I want like there's a field.
NCAA.com
Field-
/
Yeah,
portal.
funny you say that.
Go
I'm on
in,
a
type your
marathon
name
right
in, enter portal.
Yeah,
www.
it's on the black. It's on the black web.
Yeah. The what?
The black web.
the
It's a
dark
new.
web.
It's a new web.
Oh.
It's a new web. It's the black, not the dark web. It's just like the black web. So you don't know what's gonna. You don't know
Don't
what's in
start, bro. You know where
I
he's
know.
going. Don't start him up. Bro.
I know.
Don't start
Are you a big
him
Marvel
up,
guy?
man.
It's the multiverse.
Are you a big Marvel guy?
Yeah, I watch them all.
I
So
do
is
love-
he.
I love
Closet
Marvel.
nerd.
I'm on a marathon right now.
I love Marvel.
Where are you at?
Guardians. I just finished Guardian.
Oh, nice.
Guardians
I
of
did
the
that.
Galaxy
I did that
today.
during COVID.
It's the best.
I won't watch them in order.
Yeah,
I've already
it's so
seen a lot
cool.
of them. I won't watch them in order.
Right. It's so cool.
look at his face too.
There's.
cool.
I'm going to see. I want to see the new Doctor Strange. I've
Me
not
too.
seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I heard it was really good. Is it? I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews.
Oh no.
It's not good.
No.
Is it too confusing?
No, it's too predictable.
Yeah, I could see the
I'll
two
still go
confused.
see it. I don't- Do you smoke pot?
Whoa.
You?
Whoa.
You don't? I'm
Whoa.
just saying.
Whoa.
You don't have to
Whoa.
answer it. But I'm just saying.
God.
Whoa.
Then he goes. You don't have to answer. You know.
Wait,
I'm just saying.
I don't know if that. I don't know if that has any.
It doesn't have any juice on that.
No juice on that. Lloyd, don't incriminate
Hey, by
our
the way,
guy.
you smoke pot?
Jeez, don't self-incriminate yourself.
Don't answer Lloyd right
Yeah.
now.
I do.
Jeez.
Promo code Jordy 1. Relief money.
I don't think anybody doubts that. Not one person doubts
No,
that.
I'm so-
Oh no, error.
Oh.
This guy's pretty good.
He's a stud.
The flipper.
Outside of Dylan Cruz, best player in the SEC.
Gonzo?
No, I'm
No,
not.
that's-
Yeah.
Dude,
Jacob
so-
Berry.
I mean, yeah, Jacob Berry's good.
He's coming back, right?
I mean, dude, I would love for him to be back, but
Hey, y'all think he's
I
gonna have
hope
a good
not
season
for his
this year?
sake. Like, goodness.
For the Eagles?
He does look like Jalen Hurts.
God, he looks like Jalen Hurts.
He's a stud too. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you think he's gonna have a good season for the Eagles this year or what?
And he's number 2.
it's so hard to say though. Like,
No, I know.
Like, you know, Elko's good. Kevin Graham's good. Jalen Battles, I'm looking like right there. He's good.
Jalen Hurts, you mean?
Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
That's Jalen
I mean, you know, Judd Fabian's good. That Lipscomb kid from Tennessee, Drew Gilbert. Like, there's so many good players in our league. But yeah, Dylan's definitely the best player in our league.
How special was the SEC West? You have 4 teams from the SEC West in Omaha.
Could y'all feel it going through the year? Like,
Yeah,
did you actually feel like
100%,
this,
like-
this is ridiculous? How
Right.
good this
Like,
division
the
is?
first weekend we had A&M, and like, I was just watching them. I was like, dude, these guys are good. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
physical lineup. They could bang.
They're massive. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know their hitting coach has good philosophies. Just like talking to JK because they were boys at Arizona State.
I played with him in pro ball. So
Yeah,
I know
I mean-
him really well, yeah.
And I know,
Great recruiting coordinator.
Let's go.
yeah, I know a guy
Huge
that,
for the over.
that like played with him at Arizona State. Alika Williams, the shortstop with the Rays now, and
Yeah.
like he loves his hitting.
Second and
philosophy.
third,
So like
bitch.
I knew they were going
He
to be
just ran like an
be straight
idiot.
hitting when
Yeah.
they came in.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
They had some power arms too.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, going through the SC West, I was like they have some legit teams.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas was the favorite. Obviously, they thought they were
Right.
supposed to win it last year. They didn't even make it to Omaha. This year, they kind of struggled. They were obviously really good, then struggled a little bit for a stretch. Ole Miss was number one in the
bad
country
read.
for a little bit. We had to freeze those line
Line
drivers.
drive, Lloyd. Jesus.
I mean, this guy.
Take a chance.
Just take off, man, Lloyd.
Just keep running.
go.
Just go.
Just take off.
Yeah, that's not good.
This is Lloyd. This is Lloyd right here.
Did you just see him run?
Stop sign. Lloyd don't see nothing.
I've gone through my fair share of stop signs. Usually works out. Oh, take that.
What was I saying?
I was
About them starting off slow, or they start off well, then went through. Same with Ole Miss, right? They start off hot, had a stretch in the middle where they weren't very good, then they got super hot at the end of the year. I think everybody could feel like if they get into the postseason, they're gonna kind of be dangerous. Now, like they come in, Ole Miss has like the highest odds to win it coming into the Omaha, wasn't it, or was it the lowest
I
odds?
think they're the last team undefeated. They haven't lost in the NCAA tournament yet.
Yeah, that's pretty
Bro,
impressive.
that's pretty good.
got a
And then
feature
obviously
on 'em.
A&M was
Shout
pretty.
out Caesar
What's that?
Sportsbook.
To win it?
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah. But A&M was pretty good all year, right? Like they were pretty consistent all year.
Just means
And then Auburn came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think that was. I mean, obviously, like A&M had the biggest turnaround, but I
Yeah.
think the biggest surprise was Auburn being that. Like,
I think-
I'm not saying it's a surprise because everybody in the league's so good, but like the biggest one, you're like, wow, like yeah, that was definitely
Sonny D can hit.
That's my boy.
Like-
That's my boy.
Wait, talk about was that bad as special as the line that he put up this year? Like,
Oh,
was it
absolutely.
really that
You're right.
impressive?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big dude.
big old dude.
That's a big body.
Body over there.
They came into town.
Don't
and
get
we
any
had-
ideas.
That's a
Oh,
really
I do.
good play.
It was a good play.
Oh, he came into town. We had breakfast. Me, T Mac, and Sonny.
What did he order?
What's his
What was
breakfast
his order?
We were at the Waffle House, and he just
there we go.
yeah. He was drinking a sweet tea at like 7 in the morning. I was like, dude, you're a grinder.
Hey, what's
Extra
your
sweet tea.
what is your
me all
favorite
the
breakfast? What's your favorite breakfast spot in Baton Rouge? Or actually, I guess you would waiter it, right? Because you have a
Joe's
waiter.
Eat
You have a
Place.
waiter deal, right?
I do.
Don't tell nobody.
I mean, outside of Waffle House, that's the OG.
No, I'll tell you the best breakfast in Baton Rouge.
Doe's Eat Place.
No, that's not breakfast. You can't get breakfast at Doe's. I do
That
love
place is
Doe's.
solid, though.
Yeah, lunch. Go get a burger. Best burger in Baton Rouge is Doe's. Best breakfast in Baton Rouge is Joe's.
Eat Place.
Simple Joe's.
Where's that at?
Simple Joe's Cafe on Government. It's the best breakfast spot in Baton
Dude,
Rouge.
they have a lot of
This guy knows.
spots
This
out
guy,
here that-
Mikey knows government, bro.
I know breakfast.
He does
That's what
know
I do.
breakfast. He
I
cut his
know
finger open. He
breakfast.
goes, dude. He cut his finger open on
What's
the.
that?
Elsie's?
Yeah, Elsie's is good
That place
too.
legit. They have
Elsie's
a
is
pizza
good too.
place,
A lot of cast iron over there. You gotta watch yourself. Don't touch it too. It's too hot when it comes out. But Mikey's such a big breakfast guy. He cut his finger, sliced it open, and goes, "I'm just going home and making breakfast." Just had to restart the day. But I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, you
but
do. You're trying to.
Big
to
spot
see
guy.
to see what
Boy.
you're seeing obviously right now with Ole Miss, Arkansas, Auburn. Do you think that Jay Johnson knew what he was kind of getting into, or did it take him? Like, could you see the shift in his mentality? He's like, holy shit, there's no breaks here.
No. I mean, he knew what he was getting into. I mean, obviously you hear about it. Like it's real. It's like not like anyone's lying about how good the SEC is. Like just top to bottom at sports, especially baseball.
Because there's no Vanderbilt. There's no none of
Right.
even Auburn can sneak in and get your ass.
100%. Like it doesn't matter who you're playing each weekend. They're capable, and that's just baseball in general. But especially in the SEC, is like they're capable of taking it to you and winning the series. But no, it's crazy. Like after we lost in Southern Miss, like I saw this look in like Jay's eye, and like it was just like almost like
You look
this,
like you want to throw up.
With that, I mean, yeah, he was obviously like upset, but like he was like pissed off. He was like, "All right, bet, like I'm coming for you."
Everybody watch this.
Yeah, like
What's gonna happen next year?
Cuckold.
He has to get two new coaches to join the
Right.
staff. How difficult, I guess, from the player's point of view, is that to adjust? Like, was it difficult for y'all to adjust to the staff this year? And then I feel like y'all are finally just now getting comfortable with everybody. And then now next year you're gonna have to get adjusted to basically a whole new staff, right? And Jay too. Jay's gonna have to get adjusted to new assistants that have to understand his style of coaching and his style of preparation. And he's a baseball rat. I mean, he's at the field all the time.
he was at the field right now. I was driving by.
Yeah,
He's at the field right now.
like it's just we need to get Jay back on. Get a little off season Jay.
You know what you have to do? You bring him some orange juice. Apparently, huge orange
Hey,
juice guy.
big OJ guy.
Fresh squeeze. Oh, I'll go get the orange
Pulp or
juice.
no
from-
pulp?
I haven't asked him.
I'll
He's
get
just a
the.
big
I'll
OJ
get
guy.
the. I'll go get the. I'll text him, ask him if it's pulp. I'll get the orange juice from
Little
Fred's.
Tito's?
No, from Fred's. Fred's freshly squeezed their own orange juice.
Little Tito's?
It is fire. I'm not putting Tito's in there.
Why
I'm not
not?
spiking the man's drink.
I'll bring it to him.
Jeez.
The guy just wants orange juice.
Grow up.
We don't drink it.
Okay, Peter Pan.
No, I don't think he would.
Count Chocula?
I don't think he would drink. I don't think he would drink your drink if you gave it to him.
No, he could.
Lloyd would like mess around and give him Sunny D or some shit. Like he would.
Oh, I did used to do a little Sunny D vodka and a little rum. Back in the day.
What?
Vodka and rum.
That was the Brass Monkey.
It's aggressive.
He is aggressive. You're an aggressive human being.
Wow.
So
you
what?
ever heard of the Beastie
yeah.
Boys?
What?
The Beastie Boys, Brass Monkey.
I know what Brass Monkey is.
That's what that drink is.
They talk about it in the Beastie Boys song, Brass Monkey.
Yes, that's how I learned how to make it. I was 15, 14, 15. I still live with my parents.
I'm
so
proud of
it's
you.
all good.
proud of
Everything's
you.
going great.
What's your schedule like right now in the off season? Like you're here.
Yeah.
Are you taking summer class? Or are you done?
I graduated, but now I started up school like the first day. I'm doing like a appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Where's that,
Congratulations,
man?
that's big.
Where's that?
There you
man?
go. Me too. Let's go.
Let's go. D. Jacobson can suck it.
Did
Years ago.
yeah. I don't know why you hate D. Jacobson.
She wouldn't let me pass. She tried to fail me.
She
Did you pass?
something wrong.
Of course.
Okay, so you
I'm a
passed.
Masters.
You
passed.
definitely did something to make her mad.
Yo, yeah, you think Lloyd's perfect.
Lloyd showed up on.
Lloyd never does anything wrong.
It was one
Ever.
time.
He showed up on Sunny D rum and vodka one day. That's what he did.
She's like the nicest lady out of that whole department.
Are you? So you're taking like ballroom dancing or something like that in all
I
season?
took golf last semester. That was
Did you?
Yeah. that was
Are you
pretty
good at
sick.
golf?
Yeah, I'm pretty solid.
Nice. Then how's the knee gonna be?
I haven't played since
Yeah,
surgery.
of course. You probably shouldn't until you're done.
I
Yeah.
can play
Could
in
you
2
imagine?
Yeah.
I can play in 2 weeks. I'm pretty pumped.
You can play golf in 2 weeks.
Yeah, at the 10-week mark, you can like play.
They told you
Are
that?
you lefty
Yeah.
or righty?
Lefty.
Lefty too?
Yeah,
That's
talked
awesome.
to Dr. Banks the other day. I was pumped, but yeah.
Damn,
Heavy
that's
hand
fire.
Bankston?
Stand
Heavy
up.
hand
He
Bankston.
did drain my knee. And
Hey.
he was hitting the bone a little
Hey,
bit.
let me
I was
tell
like,
you.
He did his heavy hands.
Let me tell you, if you got an injury, let me tell you, if you got an injury, he gonna find that shit.
That's so
He's
funny
great
you
at
said
it.
that.
I can
Good.
take more of
Nah.
it.
Me and
Is
Corey
this the
were
spot?
talking about
Oh yes. How did you know?
We're gonna go on
Touch
three.
my soul.
We're gonna go on three. 1, 2.
Me and Corey were talking about that because like I had to get my knee drained like right after surgery because it was swollen, and he was like, "How did it feel?" And Dr. Banks is just like going in there, and he was like, "Did I get your knee?" I'm like, "My knee's like jerking." I'm like,
about
"Yeah,
penis.
you got it."
Yes, you got it. Yes, yes, I promise.
I didn't know it was gonna be circumcised after this.
Oh man, Jesus! You're coming in hot today.
I mean,
That late night energy.
That is that late night energy. You're unbelievable, dude.
We're not in a fight.
I never said we're in a fight. We had a little tiff. There's a difference between a
Little
fight
tiff.
and a tiff. You're just mad at me. I hope every single bet hits because I know you didn't take them. I hope they all
I didn't
hit.
take a single one.
I hope like except for the first over that I missed in college baseball, but I
I
hope
took that
all the
one.
other ones hit. And I'm looking at you like an idiot.
Cade,
whatever.
this
Talk
man,
about this.
this man, he does all of his homework the first day, goes 4-2, and then after that he starts sitting in
That's
picks
not true.
willy nilly.
One day I sent in bets that I rushed through, and that day I went 500. So
That's
he didn't.
losing juice
I didn't lose anything. How do you know?
because that's what minus 120 is.
Not all of them were minus. Some of them were plus money. So suck it.
I didn't take him, so I don't have to worry about it.
You did take those,
I know that's why I'm those he plays. That's
but
all
you
I'm
didn't
upset.
lose money on that. That's the problem. He's just mad because
Grow up.
he's mad because I'm gonna win all these bets that I took today. Anyway, ask him the questions that you had to ask.
I was gonna ask you, man. Do you think how long? Or I won't say how long. Do you think that the team bought into Jay's style of coaching this year, and everybody was able to get on board and kind of all work the same?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's so easy to buy into, just because like when people care a lot about something, like it's like especially like as a leader, like in the leader role that he is, like our head coach.
Take
You
that
can tell
one.
that when someone cares so much
His
about
raise
something,
under
like,
3.
that's all they like.
First
All Jay
5.
does is live,
Yeah.
breathe,
Took it.
die
Winning.
baseball. So like, it's so easy to just buy into what he's doing, like what he wants.
Red
for
Sox
us.
It's always a wonder
that
I
one
had,
too.
just going from
I was gonna win.
a guy who's been a legend in the game, has been here
Right.
for so long. New guy comes in, our guys are going to buy in and actually be a part of what he's trying to do.
I think everybody bought in from like literally the first meeting. Like we had a meeting in the cages for like an hour and a half, and like literally everybody was just like, "Wow, like this is gonna be legit."
Nice.
I do want to ask you how big of a difference was his hitting approach as opposed to like obviously people could say Paul or whatever. Like he had his approach. Jay Johnson was brought in as an offensive guy. Could
Right.
you tell like immediately? Obviously, it made a difference for you.
Right.
You get invited back. Like there's cuts that are being made that are tough, but
Yeah, it's like the worst time of the year.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
best time and
this
the
tough
worst time of the year.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yes. But like, was that from day one where you were like, "Oh my God, this guy has a totally different approach to hitting"? Or
100%.
was, yeah,
Yeah, he has a different approach. Like, I mean, I feel like most hitting coaches in college like let you kind of do their own thing or do your own thing when you kind of come in. But like, Jay's like big on getting your.
Uh-oh.
Did he just hit a tank too?
Uh-oh.
they're not even.
Well, I mean, these outfitters are not moving very well.
Yeah. But no, he's like big on getting your foot down. Like I said, like using the ground.
Yeah.
Especially just like separating pitches from balls and strikes. Like that's his big thing. So.
breaking the glass.
That's not
Lloyd's a squash the bug guy.
Big
too.
squash the bug.
Yeah, that's your back foot,
Yeah,
brother.
you know your back foot
Hey,
comes
Lloyd-
up off
hey,
the ground
Lloyd-
usually.
Hey, Lloyd's a big straighten it out guy.
I was
Good swing, straighten it out.
Y'all saw my hands on this. I ain't got nothing to prove.
How good is Dylan Cruz?
I mean, he's the best player I've ever seen. Like, and like, not not on TV. It's like you see like Mike Trout, like big, but like,
Well,
hands down,
Jay keeps calling college baseball Mike Trout.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
like it's not even a joke. Like he's literally the best baseball player I've ever seen.
To me,
It's unreal.
he understands his swing better than most
Mm-hmm.
college players. Like we talk about this all the time. Like he is always on time. His swing path is always consistent, and
I'll even defer to say I don't even know how much of it he understands, but I've never seen a college swing that advanced.
except for
100%.
Anthony Rendon.
Man, I think his swing's better than Anthony in college.
Maybe.
I'm not even gonna lie
Maybe.
to you. Like,
Yeah,
I've
he's
never seen
unreal.
a dude that. Because and the only reason why I said that too is because Anthony's swing is so simple. Like, he's got a lot more kind of going on, and it's unbelievable what he does.
Like, dude, like legit 5 tools, like can do everything on the baseball field. Like, I mean,
And I think what helped him out, at least not helped him out for me, but like what he didn't play center last year, played center this year. I didn't know how good of a center fielder he was going to be.
unreal
And he
at
was
center field.
great.
Like,
He took great jumps, great routes. He
a-
made every play
we
he
saw
needed
that
to
in
make.
the fall, like when they
Yeah.
started like transitioning to him because like everybody like they wanted
Yeah.
him to play center field. We were just like, wow, like he was really good at right field, like
Right.
great outfitter. Then like center's different, you got to cover way more.
No
but
doubt.
Like, he was really good at it.
I think centers, if you can run, you can cover the gaps. I think center's easier because you get better reads.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Well,
like
you get
so-
more true flight there.
Yeah.
It's like so impressive how hard he hits the ball, like every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like he'll like roll over a ball like
102.
102. You're just like, okay, he's like
Oh.
pissed. He's like pissed off because he didn't get it. Like you look at like the little stat cast after the game. It's like Dylan Cruz 103. Like he didn't even hit that ball. Like,
I went 1 for 4.
There was just so many. There was just so many like backup breaking balls that you just don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to find guys in like professional ball handle those balls well.
Yeah.
And he's hitting those balls out to like straight away left field, like not even down the line, not a top spin double down the line. I'm like,
I think
That's
the
impressive,
biggest
man.
jump for him this year is like hitting all those oppo tanks too.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we knew he could do it, but like last year, like it was a lot to like center to left center. Now it's literally like foul pole to foul pole. He could.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he
consistently
probably hit
fuck.
more home runs opposite.
yeah, legit. Like
He probably hit more home runs from center right than he did pull side this year.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, that's
And,
that's
most guys have a weakness too. Like some guys can't hit changeups or like inside fastball or curveball, but like Dylan can literally hit every pitch
Yeah.
no matter where.
Does he know he has to come back?
I think he does. Yeah.
D. Jacob
Glad
said,
we get
don't
him for
fail
another
him.
year. Like, goodness gracious.
Sports admin?
Like, is he sports admin? I think so. Yeah.
Good.
Like
Steve,
whoever
watch
like missed
yourself.
on him out of high school, like they need
See,
to
and
be
here's
fired.
the thing.
Like,
And here's
I mean,
the thing is,
geez.
I don't know if they missed. Like, I was asking people about this the other day. I was like,
Right.
"How does he come to school?" And they're like,
God.
"Well," and he was like, "It had nothing to do with COVID. Like the 5 rounds didn't matter. Right? He was supposed to be a first round pick,
Right.
and he had struggled a little bit in the summer. So he
that's
had a lot
the
of
story I've heard too.
yeah, a lot of swings and misses in the summer. Not saying that he wasn't going to get drafted in the first round,
Right.
but they came out and said, "Hey, we're not going to sign anything less than like whatever the number was." And I think it was a high number, which it should have been, you know.
Right, rightfully so.
And so I think the teams were like, "We're not going to sign that," and they basically said, "You know what? We don't need that. If you're not going to sign this is our number. Just go ahead and take our name out the draft. We're going to LSU,
Right.
and he's going to go make more money, and he's going to.
He's going
He
to.
probably
He's gonna be the
doubled
first-
Like he
the
would,
amount of money that he
would
asked for.
literally have to flop huge next year for it to not be what we think it is.
Yeah. But that's kind of the story that I heard. So I don't know if they like necessarily missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you can say maybe they did miss if they didn't want to offer him the money that
What
they asked.
I heard was basically the last showing, not and obviously I don't mean the last game or tournament that he played before the draft, but that summer, it wasn't what they thought it was going to be.
Right.
Meaning like the swing and miss stuff, and then obviously, quote unquote, outpriced himself, and here you go. That's
Yeah, like
kind of what
if I
heard.
have the first pick next year, I'm giving him a blank check. and
Yeah,
being
what you
like,
need? What
What
you
do
need,
you
bro?
want?
Here you
And then
go.
he's writing it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Mr. McIntosh.
Exactly. Like he's unreal.
I'm pulling up the bets for you.
It doesn't help
You're just gonna, are you cool just chilling with the show with us? Like doing the whole show with us?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
We have 45 minutes
Yeah,
left in
it's
the
fine.
show. I mean, if you have somewhere to be,
No, I'm solid. I'm good.
All right.
Let's do it.
cool.
Where would you go if you had somewhere to be?
Hey, that stadium
still at
opened in
one day?
2011,
Probably doesn't.
right?
Yeah.
No, wait,
So they
oh,
just showed.
Probably
I
so.
think I could have sworn I saw him just show that it's 355 down the lines.
How's it?
So how he just hit a 324 home?
355 down the lines?
I mean, the park is
It's a
big.
big park. If it's-
Oh no, the balls are.
Hey, the balls are juice.
You think they are?
I think so.
Did
I
you
think so.
feel like
Listen, you saw a baseball. You saw the MLB.
Hey, I'll just
MLB
say
can do it.
I'll just say it like this, Cade, and I'm just being dead honest with you. I think the kid's a really good hitter. From guys that I've seen play at LSU, guys like built like Pearson didn't hit balls out to center field.
He's got juice.
I agree, dude. I agree. I understand. I've seen a lot of guys with
Center field is
juice.
far.
I've seen a lot of guys with that. I understand.
So his freshman year of high school before he reclassified, there's in our district, East Ascension field is 405 at dead center.
Mhm.
As a freshman in high school, he went and hit 3 balls out of that field.
Oh, where you
2
going?
of them were over the 405.
I was gonna ask you to look up
I'm saying, these guys
all the
are
bets.
juice. He's a stud. Like
Yeah.
I think if he would have Like if you get a full season out of him, like it's an easy 15.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think
he can hit.
I wouldn't even say the most improved. I just think he's gonna have the biggest stat jump because he's gonna
100%.
play.
He's gonna get those.
He's gonna play. Yeah,
I don't know how many.
I agree.
Like I don't know the exact number.
I
of
agree.
that
He can definitely he can swing it.
But
In.
yeah,
What about Stevenson? You think he makes the jump next year?
Yeah, I mean Steve-O's really good.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I mean he's like
He's
every
more
freshman-
physical than his brother was when he came to LSU.
He's a big dude. Like he's fast.
Showing up like day one, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree
Now
with
they
that
look.
too.
Now if you compare, like they look very similar
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But day one, whenever
Big
they
Steve-O
got
was
into-
thenner when he showed up to school.
boy, the 10 runs.
The
are
10's
gonna
looking
hit
good.
Fifth.
The 11's looking good.
Crank that.
Josh having a good start to his summer ball.
I mean, they're almost at it. 9
He
runs.
is. He's doing good.
Yeah,
in
Who
the woods
is?
right
he
now.
went 4 for 4 with 2 doubles the other day.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
know
Where's
he's
he
in-
at?
He's in
I
the
have
woods.
no idea.
He's in the Northwoods. I don't know what
Yeah.
team.
Oh, Northwoods is good though.
He's gonna
That's
get
a
a lot
lot
of
of
at-bats.
games.
Who's that?
We have a bunch of guys up there right now.
No.
Like
Is that for the Rougarou?
No, Northwoods is up in North.
Yeah, y'all
Ronnie
were
Rance
talking
called
about,
me
y'all
the
were talking
other
about the Rougarou this morning.
yeah.
Y'all were talking about the Rougarou this morning, and
You don't-
it-
Don't you dishevel the Rougarou.
they're really good, but some of the stuff y'all were saying this morning was
What were y'all saying
a
this
load of
morning?
crap.
What were y'all saying this morning?
Talking about getting like all like the big LSU guys to go play in their league.
We said
Yeah.
pie,
No,
we
no,
said
no,
we
what-
said
no, what-
pie
no,
in the
Jordan-
sky
no.
idea.
Wait, what Jordy said about it would be equal to the Cape Cod. It says it's never gonna be.
It's
equal
never
to the
gonna.
Cape
Yeah,
Cod.
I did. Yeah.
The Cape Cod
Ronnie
is
called me the other
the
day
summer
asking to
league.
play for the Ruger. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing this summer?" He's like, "You want to come play?" And I was like, "I'm
No,
good, man. Like
I'm
I
rehabbing.
just had surgery
Yeah,
like
I'm
2 weeks ago."
rehabbing, coach. I can't be doing that.
You haven't
No.
played golf yet.
Yeah, he's like,
All
"You
right.
wanna- you want to play first base?" I was like, "I can't, man. Like I physically."
You would have coached first base.
I was laughing.
Here's the ones that you. Here's the best that I gave that I put that I didn't give out to anyone else.
I mean,
St.
yeah.
Louis, St. Louis and Milwaukee started.
Here's
yet?
the girl I.
Are you gonna look it up for me? Has St.
No,
Louis and
I know.
Milwaukee
That
started?
had nothing to do with your
Yeah, they're in the top
fucking
of the first.
pocket.
No
pocket
inning,
bet of
no
the
runs,
week,
right?
Mikey Mahtook.
Right.
New York and Tampa's in the 5th, right?
Yeah.
You put money on this? Would you bet on that?
No, you can't believe him.
I
That means
put the first 5 innings. New York at Tampa under 3 runs. It's 1-0
You know where
in
you
the
know where he
5th.
put
Well, it was
that.
McClanahan and who?
Garrett Cole.
Yeah, that's a great.
You know where he put
Unless
that?
Garrett Cole's giving up the homer ball.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great.
Right. I mean,
Put that-
McClanahan has
Yeah.
a sub 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Garrett Cole's at 3, and
Yeah.
he started off terrible. So
Oh.
he's obviously shoving.
I know.
And then
Pocket bet of the week.
St. Louis Cardinals and Corbin Burns. You have Mikolas,
Here-
who's a 3, and you have
But
Corbin Burns. Not Corbin Burns.
But
Is it
Burns?
I,
No,
I
it's-
don't know.
is it-
I stayed away from that one only because I saw it and I'm like, well, he did go 8 1/3 or 8 2/3 no hit, and I didn't know how many pitches he threw. But usually, guys after those starts like that, it's kind of rocky.
It's it's 4 runs. So I was like,
I didn't do that much research, but when I thought about that, I was like, I'm gonna
Oh,
stay
you
away
sound
from
like
it.
Mikey.
I'm gonna
I
fade
also
this.
took the
legit.
Cardinals
He's
and
legit.
the Brewers
He's a player.
under 8, which
Even with
obviously-
Yadier hurt.
Who cares?
Yadier
Even-
Molina.
Under.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh wow.
Oh! Catch the rock.
Snowball fight.
That was a good play, though. Wow.
What does that mean?
Just people throwing balls all over the place.
Did y'all see the play the other day with, was that Notre Dame? Who were they playing?
Where the runner
Yeah,
knocked
like
the ball
Boston
out
Coach
and
got
realized-
hit, yeah.
yeah. Coach
Coach
got hit in the
literally
nuts
got
and
hit.
didn't
What was that?
I'm gonna hit all these bets, Lloyd. You're gonna be so mad.
No, you didn't
was
send
the-
any of
that
those
was
bets.
last
Of course,
night.
I'm
I
gonna be
did.
mad.
I sent
Game
the
in,
only 2 I didn't
wow,
send were the
Oklahoma.
Yankees and
he
the
made that
first
one.
Did he
5.
catch that?
What do you put in
I
your
think
pocket
so.
for?
He was in position.
I think so.
That kid
No, it
could
was
get
just last
second base.
minute.
Is it?
It was. I
Probably
literally
wants
was
to get
like
second
when I was
I need my
sitting the
third baseman
bets.
to
I was
make
like,
that play.
damn, these are aces playing. I'm gonna pick the first 5. I don't think they're gonna get 5
Alexandria
runs.
Aces.
Braves
I wasn't
have
even
one
thinking
over
about
the
that.
top 4.
Braves.
Y'all
Who
have
they
too
playing?
many
The
allegiances out
Giants.
here.
That's
Your
right.
under's hitting, so
That's right. That's right.
This kid banged this year,
Fried
didn't he?
and-
Hope it goes well.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
17 pumps
Yeah.
on the shortstop. That's easy.
I do need to start. I do need to do the first 5. That was my fault. I don't know why I did the full game unders,
Get it together.
but they're gonna hit anyway.
That's what turned me off of your bets. You're like, oh, I can't find the first 5.
Well, no.
it's
When I
hard to
looked at
turn
that
Lloyd
morning,
off, too.
that morning I looked at it at 8:30, and they didn't have the first 5 or the first 3 innings.
you were too prepared.
I was too
So
early.
annoying.
Yeah,
God, that's so
really.
annoying.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
hate
wait
that.
until they get rid of
I
that.
hate
What?
that. The
Just
shift.
shift,
Like, that's
bro.
just.
I hope
The
they
second
do.
baseman was literally just playing in short right field.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What do you?
That bothers me so much.
Yeah, but
I mean,
here's the
you
deal.
guys are left-handed hitters.
But here's the
You
deal.
tug
Here's
a
the
little
deal.
bit,
Are
huh?
they gonna?
Like
What?
you like pull side?
Yeah,
Like you'd want to go
absolutely.
pull side. So just
What?
if that
I
ever.
heard you. Stop.
What?
You
I didn't say
heard.
that. I didn't say anything.
We'll talk about it.
I said, do you think that they're going when they ban the shifts, right? Is it just going to be you can't put the shortstop in the outfield, Like you can't have 3 people on
They're
one
playing
side.
softball right now.
Right, but if you said, okay, you can have the second baseman and the first baseman on their normal side of the infield, but the second baseman can be in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the rule was like everybody has to be on the dirt. That's
Right.
what we were talking about.
I don't know, but
Well,
that's
now
what
they
I'm
don't even
asking.
have
Like,
dirt in baseball anymore.
they
I don't know
haven't
if
they
you've
haven't
noticed
made
that.
the rule yet. It's like,
Yeah, he's
would
real
you be
soft
would
about
you
turf
be
field.
okay
You don't
with
like
that?
turf
I would rather.
Because now people wouldn't do that because you wouldn't be able to turn.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Really?
I would rather if you had to pick one or the other, I would rather it has to be at least 2 on each side. Or if it's gonna be, you can still be in the outfield, or whatever. Everyone has to be on the dirt. But I would rather at least be 2 on each side. So
Yeah,
like
me
you
too.
can have
Because even if you have 2 on each side, and you
Right.
have the second baseman is in right
Yeah,
field,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's in a disadvantage.
This is
anyway.
gonna be it's gonna be less of that.
Yeah.
Unless the ball's literally hit right at him.
Right.
But there's-
Like he just smoked that ball. And it was
and
like,
look, that would have
and
been
that's
out.
different
That would
because
have
there's
been
3
out
guys,
either
right?
way.
You have the second baseman, first baseman, the shortstop is right in the short right.
Yeah.
Like
It would have been an out either way just now because he was literally playing like as if he was playing like a traditional second base spot, just way back. So like the ball was hit right at him anyway. But you'll see less of that because it's not always going to be right there.
my favorite thing people say about the shift is like, why doesn't he just hit it the other way? Like,
I
I get
cannot
it,
stand that.
but when they're throwing you at a certain
It
location,
doesn't. It doesn't matter. People don't look. I'll be honest with you. It took me a long time to figure this out about the shift. This is what we need. This is what people need to know about the shift. The shift is not. Oh, Cade Beloso's up. Let's move over here. We think he's gonna hit it here.
You know, we're going to pitch him away.
It's like
It's only they're only moving there because they took his last 1,000
They
at
took a
bats
third
and
of the
said,
plate away.
out of these 1,000 at bats, he hits this many balls here.
Yeah.
So they're not over there because they think right now, right here, you're gonna do it. They're just saying when you do hit the ball on the ground, this is where it goes. Right. So we can't just sit here and say, oh, I'm just gonna punch it the other way because no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And then they're throwing you inside.
They're throwing
here's
you
the
a certain
deal.
location
Here's
like
the
you're
deal.
gonna do
That's what I'm
it.
saying. They take
When
a
you're
third of the
hitting-
plate away.
When you're hitting, what's your job? To drive the baseball,
Yeah,
right?
you're trying to hit the ball
Doubles
as
and
hard as
homers.
possible. Yeah.
Right? Like get guys. You bunting to get on base on first base does nothing. There's no offense to you,
Right.
But just the way your game is, like, does nothing for the team
Like,
because
if I
like
just bunt to get on first base, like I'm not stealing second. Like, they gotta have a
And
pass
you ain't
ball.
scoring on the double
And you're
probably.
probably not
So
sure.
Hey, come on.
this year.
Hey,
But like my point is like
I got low key.
like if I'm trying to think like Anthony Rizzo,
Right.
right?
sure, the
Like
parking lot.
Oh, why don't he just like bunt and just get base hits? Because Anthony Rizzo isn't in the Yankees lineup to hit 300. He's in the Yankees lineup to hit 300 to have 30 homers and have 100 RBIs, right? Not to hit 300. Now, if they're down 3 or 4 runs and he needs to get on base,
Yeah, like
okay,
it's
now you need a
definitely
base
a
run. It doesn't
situational
matter.
thing.
But you can't do that every day either.
No.
You can't do that every day that you're down.
No,
3 or
and like
4.
every now and then
It's
he
not gonna
will
be a
do
thing.
it. But
Yeah.
like that's what I don't understand. It's like just hit the ball the other way. Like no.
It's not that. One,
And
it's
this
not
guy-
that easy to
and-
just place a ball. Like,
And 3, these guys are throwing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The guy from Auburn was throwing a 92-mile-an-hour cutter, which, by the way, that guy is nasty.
Yeah.
What's
Closer?
his name?
Blake Burke something. Like,
Berkshire. or
Burkhalter.
something.
Burkhalter.
Burkhalter, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
He's legit.
he was throwing 92-mile-an-hour cutters
And
today.
that changeup is nasty
I'm
too.
like, this guy is like, this guy. I mean, you
I
don't see
thought
that
they
in
were like
college.
messing up the speed on TV. Like it looked like a slider at like 90. I was like, dang, like did they get the speed wrong with that? And I saw something on Twitter like of the ump scan review. Like it was legit a slider at 92. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
crazy, dude. He is. I mean, that's
What?
honestly the difference between college baseball now than when we were there. Like, we had a lot of really good pitchers.
Right.
Friday and Saturday night guys were always good. You had a
Yeah.
couple guys in the bullpen. Now everybody throws hard, and there's a lot.
100%.
There's a lot more depth in the bullpen.
Like a prime example, like we went to Southern Miss and like
Yeah.
every guy they brought at
Right.
the pen was like 93, 96.
Well, you
He
see
was
that
like,
next week, the lefty
okay.
that was 95 was only at 89.
Saw that.
Yeah.
He blew it out for us.
Yeah, that's tough tickets right there.
Still hit.
Their starter they threw against us that
Which was the second one?
No.
Well, their
But
second number 2 starter.
Their number 2 starter, but yeah, the guy who threw against us first, I think.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah, yeah.
He was like 97 the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, y'all talk a lot about scouting reports in there. Was it like, holy shit, these people are not what we kind of read? Like, no gripe against the coaching staff. But like, holy, this is not kind of what we were prepared for. A
No,
little bit
none
against
of
Southern
that.
Miss.
Like, I mean, we were prepared as we could going into that. Like, we knew like everything about those guys. Like, we knew that guy was 95, 98, whatever, with a slider and a splitter. I think he was throwing. So, and we knew everything about him.
Then you get a little juiced up, I imagine.
Yeah,
Southern
I mean,
Miss
they were
at
definitely
home.
juiced up. You know, they were playing us at home in a regional. You know, what aren't you excited
Mikey
for?
got them all fired up.
It just goes back. It just goes back to
Yeah,
the old adage of
I mean, I
baseball.
was like, I didn't even say anything bad.
Coop and Paul were like,
But they didn't even say anything
yeah, it
bad.
wasn't even
Like, I
bad.
asked him, I was like, do you understand? Like I said,
You
listen,
made Coach Kelly quit.
He's the man.
I said,
JK
he is
He's
awesome.
the man.
But I was like, listen.
I saw y'all's interview with him. That was legit.
He's great.
He's awesome.
He's funny. But I was like, listen, you have
Hardly knew him.
a regional that's close to home that I feel like is a winnable regional.
Right.
And you have a regional at Miami that I think that Miami's not going to win. So
I knew they
if
weren't
you
gonna
go out and you take care of business, like
Oh, you
it's
don't.
realistic that you can host a super regional. I was like, have y'all thought about that? Every normal,
Says
competitive human being in college baseball would say, yes, I have thought about that.
Yeah. Like, they
But,
didn't
you
even say
know,
anything bad.
emotional fans are going to be emotional fans, and they're going to take that and run with it and use it as bulletin board material, which is so
Yeah.
stupid to me because if you need bulletin board material in the hosting as a hosting team,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you don't deserve to be there. Then.
So, yeah, I knew Miami was not going to win that regional.
Yeah.
I was like,
Honestly, I
thought he was
predicted
out.
Ole Miss to win it. He's out.
Their
Mm-hmm.
bulletin board was also my Twitter feed.
No, Mikey runs that.
Yeah, I run that apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah,
The washed up
Has
guy
been.
runs the account.
yeah, I has been washed up. That's okay.
No big deal.
It's okay. I'm happy to be washed up.
Pocket picks.
From Southern Miss Sports Trump.
No.
Hey, how wild was it at Southern Miss? I feel like it
was a great environment.
must say it had to be one of the crazier ones this year, even though we play in the SEC.
100%,
And it's
yeah.
loud here, and it's
That was
so
a
many
really
people.
good environment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, their fans are right on top of you, you know,
Yeah.
talking crap.
There
The
isn't
only-
much foul territory, so
Yeah. Like, the only thing that was pissing me off is they had this guy, like, talking in, like, almost like a girl voice, like, throw it in the dirt. I'm like, in my head the whole time, like, bro, like, y'all have a turf field. Like, one, it's not even dirt. It's pissing me off that you're saying that to begin with. And, like, it was, like, the whole time.
How hard
Dude, they're
is it
jumping
to
up for
play
ground balls.
Yeah.
on a full turf field with no dirt?
So
I
like
hated it. How hard?
I
is
don't
it?
like it. Yeah, I personally
You
don't
can't
like
dig
turf.
into the box. I feel like if you can have turf, grass. Like
Right.
If the grass areas all can be turf, but like the
I'm with
dirt
that.
needs to be dirt.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
I see, like, why you would do it. Like, I mean, it's, like, less.
yeah,
like,
there's
you
no
don't-
upkeep.
Yeah, you don't have to keep up with it. Like, I mean, there's no rainouts, essentially. But
They can't afford it.
playing on turf sucks, obviously.
and it's so hot on turf too.
Oh, yeah,
my
you can, like, see the
God.
heat coming off. Like,
Well,
oh,
you're
so
you're
hot.
scalding.
Your cleats start to burn.
Yeah.
Like your feet.
Cleats start to melt.
Yeah, I was sitting in the dugout and it was hot. Like, I can't even imagine on the turf, like, actually, like,
Okay.
playing.
Dude,
Yeah.
we had in high school. We had just gotten a turf field, and we had to do our running over the summer, like conditioning. We had to do like you had to like bear crawl and do all that shit. People were blistering on their hands, like 'cause the turf was so hot.
Lloyd, I've seen people in turf fields in the summer have a ice chest in the dugout that is simply made for putting your feet in. Like, there's nothing else but come in after the inning and just go ahead and dunk your feet in there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
Like-
your cleats?
And God forbid it
In your
rains
cleats,
because
yeah.
then you slide way
Yeah,
past the back.
But
yeah.
you saw the slide at I don't know who it was for LSU, but going into 30, he slid 45 feet away, he just started sliding. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get there. Like, it's unbelievable how much you have to – it changes the game a little
Oh,
bit.
look
in
at
my,
this snag by this guy.
Yeah, one, like, it makes fielding so much easier, too. Like,
Yeah.
you
some
get
ball,
true.
like-
You can also get like a true like front spin on you, and you're like, oh shit.
Right.
But it is everything is a true roll.
yeah, it's like,
But
he's
everything
candy
comes
hot.
off hot.
Yeah, that is true.
There is no real bad hops on an all turf.
100%. 100%.
They just come
So,
off hot.
in other words, you can kind of get lazy if that's what you play on all the time, and you go playing grass. You're like, oh shit.
Well, I think it's
actually have to get down and field this
Yeah,
ball,
yeah.
you know?
I think it's a built-in advantage, to be honest. Like I'm not one to gripe. Like Tennessee, what obviously held the whatever they wanted to do. Like they were the team that held the crown of like, all right, we're gonna be make excuses, Bush, do whatever. But I'm saying like whenever you go to a regional, there's a case to be made for LSU that they should have hosted a regional, or LSU should have hosted a regional. You go to an all-turf field, you get there, you saw what happened when y'all played Louisiana Tech. Like this is a different ball game almost.
Yeah, that was like the worst weather condition game
Yeah, I know.
I've ever been a part of.
I know.
That was
That's why I bet the under. The overhit.
Wind.
Remember
It was
my
like 30 degrees and
my
the wind was
friend-
blowing like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Like, this
that's
sucks.
not fun.
They don't even serve booze there.
Those are no
Really?
fun.
Those are no fun.
literally
Like, I was
no
sitting
fun.
in the dugout, I had
No
gloves
fun.
on. Like, I was like,
No
it's so
fun.
cold.
Hey, my freshman year, this is like before that. This is when I was not projected to play start. This is like right before the season started. Coach Maneri would have the starters hit, and it was freezing cold. And you know how when it's cold out here, the wind is like crosswind right into your face.
Right in your mouth. Yeah.
I'm sitting in
Just
right
like this.
field, and we had to. The guys, like the backups and the guys that weren't starting, had to sit in the outfield for 9 innings. We had to play the top and the bottom.
Don't
of
let coach
9
tell it. That never happened.
of 9 innings, and every now and then he would call somebody in there to pinch hit. I'm like, this person's no chance of getting a hit. 1 and 2, like this is miserable. I didn't get
Yeah.
called in to go hit, so I'm sitting in the outfield, and I am absolutely like my face is getting wind burnt. Like I am miserable. I'm sitting out there for up.
Should have been the dugout.
He's the man.
Hey, when it's freezing cold.
Why are we doing this angle? This is a weird angle.
Hey, when it's freezing cold,
Feels like
everyone's
we're
strike
interrupting
zone is about this big.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, bro, if it
100%.
ain't this, I ain't swinging.
That's
Takes
funny.
my kid too.
I like my fingers.
Now, if you can get the ball up in the wind stream, the jet stream, in the early part of the season, in the right center, the ball's gonna take off. With the righty, especially with the righty with the little bit of like a slice, ball's gonna be way gone.
That's funny. Like when we had to wear masks or like those little neck gaiters for COVID, like it was cold outside. Like everybody would just like have theirs on, just because not because they're trying to like protect from
cold.
COVID.
Yeah.
Those were
I was sitting in
great.
the outfield,
Straight
just like
cold,
my,
coach.
can't only see my eyes. I'm freezing.
That was the first. I never used that in college. The only time I ever used that in a baseball game was during in pro ball. And like they make a huge difference.
100%.
Oh, they do.
100%.
Huge difference.
We
We had to play in snow games when I was in Detroit.
Well, yeah,
it was
let's
actual
say, there's been a couple
snowing
games like
on the field.
We
I
went to
played
Like, it stinks.
Northeast where you're like, nah, this is the best.
Like, why are we
we
playing?
went to Texas.
162.
My freshman year, it was super cold. Like they all had like ski masks on, like and like
Yeah.
we had like a heater in the dugout. We were just so cold.
Was Troy Tulowitzki then that year?
Nah,
Was
I
there
don't
that?
think
He
so.
wasn't there yet.
I don't think so. And then Missouri, like my freshman year, it was snowing on Sunday. So like that was obviously another cold game.
Brutal, dude. And you're like, snow's white, obviously. The ball is white. You can't see shit in the outfield. Like, why
Who
are
was
we
playing
playing?
this year? Like it was Louisville playing somebody. I think it was
Early on
like
in the year?
Michigan. Yeah.
I don't
It
know,
was
I
like a
don't remember
snow
having seen
game.
it.
Like you couldn't even see what was going.
Jesus.
99?
That just looked like it was hard. I don't know. I could just tell.
I mean, what?
It's in the fourth inning.
This isn't the
Who's
start.
this guy?
It's got the pen.
Who's this
That's what
guy?
I'm saying.
Wiggins. I think this is the Wiggins kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wiggins.
Wasn't he their Sunday guy?
He was
That's
the-
got
One
some
hundo.
rise.
He
That's
throws
got some
fuzz.
rise on
That's
it, too.
100.
He throws fuzz. I remember.
I mean, he's big enough. Lord.
Yeah. He was a
6'6".
starter for them though.
Was he really?
When Ole Miss came to town, could you
Yeah,
tell
he
that
was
they
their
were going to
Sunday
get hot
guy.
after Friday? We were like, they're
Sunday guy?
untapped potential.
Well, that was a weird game because it like got cut off
It just
in the third inning.
It just looks really loose. Like it just
And
jumps.
that's it goes from 100 to an 80-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
Yeah, that's tough.
Sorry, I keep cutting your questions off, but this guy's nasty.
But yeah, I mean, they just swept. I think Missouri the weekend before us. Like, obviously, they had a little bit of confidence coming in, and then you could just tell like they were a good team. They just weren't playing good for some reason. I don't know what the reason was, but this guy's throwing fun.
Elko's like, bro, what?
This is the one guy. I will say this: Elko did take the guy from Tennessee way back this year at 102. It was like a 102-mile-an-hour fastball. Took him
This
way
looks
back
a
to
little
center.
bit different.
That guy is massive, by the way, too. The Joyce dude.
See, all he does is heaters, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That's all he can.
Flat-
consistently
Oh.
go for.
Oh.
he. I saw him at the tournament, like getting into an elevator. He's a unit,
His legs are huge, huh?
huge, like 6'5", just jacked.
Look at this LSU guy right in the still just right there
14
behind the
picks
dugout.
right there?
Oh, missed it in, too. Jeez. Oh, that's getting on you fast.
I love how they show this cam just to show like the casuals, like
How
it's
hard it
actually
is.
hard to hit a baseball. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you see
for all-
it on TV, like, why don't you swing at that? Well, it's 100 miles an hour.
You know what's
Why are
weird?
you hitting that?
I'm
Very
saying this
hard.
too. It's weird too. They're showing it like you're getting it from the umpire too. There's still another couple feet where you
Yeah.
can step up in the
Like-
box actually.
Yeah.
So you got a little less time.
He's making a decision
That-
way later.
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like,
That's
you gotta-
64 feet.
Yeah, you got a little less time.
Exactly.
Now, you said ends, you missed it in. In's a lot harder than out. Like, the pitch, like, the guy throws 90, and 90 in is going to look harder than 90 away. So it's 99 miles an hour in gets on you quicker.
It gets on you quicker.
No.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying the fact that he's cheating fastball, and he still beats you in against probably one of the best power hitters
Yeah.
in college baseball.
If we're sitting breaking ball against a guy throwing 100,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you got a problem.
you got issues.
You're in a
Yeah.
dark
I
place.
mean, he's
Either you
beating
got
everybody
issues
with
or
the
he
heaters.
hasn't thrown a strike with the heater in like 10 straight pitches.
I remember.
Well, that's
uh,
the only person that threw 100 miles an hour that I sat breaking ball on was Dylan Betances, and it didn't matter because I wasn't going to hit his breaking ball.
Wait,
I was just hoping he walked.
that reminds me of Sean Ochenko so much.
What?
Like we're, this is hilarious. Like so many good Sean stories,
Oh.
but
That's my guy.
He's the
we have a
best.
whole show about Sean's stories.
The Sean Show.
no, we
The
were
Big O show.
facing Emerson Hancock in Georgia, and like obviously like he's a
It's Herbie
top
Hancock.
top 6 pick, whatever he was. Throws 100.
Is he in the big leagues?
I don't know. I think maybe. He's gonna be 100%. But he's like, this guy throws 100. If we're sitting breaking ball, we're in a dark place. Like that was part of our scouting report where he's like, we're in a dark place. We're doing that. Like sit fastball.
That sounds just like him.
Yeah, dude, he's
Sounds
cooked.
just like him. He was a big whistle guy. This guy, look, sit fastball.
the best
all
story
heaters.
about him was with Asa Lacy. it was so funny. Like,
So is that how you say his name, Asa?
I think
Is
Asa
it
or
Asa?
Asa, whatever.
I
it is.
don't know how to say it.
We just faced Dox Axis, who's a really good lefty for them too, and Sean was like, "This guy's not near as good as him. Like he's a stock lefty, whatever." His like 116th pitch of the game was like 98. Like we're just looking at Sean, he's just giving this face. He's like,
Not my fault.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's like, what do you can't
like,
really,
I
as a
don't
hitting coach, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, Javi was our hitting coach. I was telling the
Yeah.
story the other day, and we had to face Alex Meyer, who was a 6'9"
Right.
guy from Kentucky, made some big leagues for a little bit, but he was 98, 99 with a 9-mile-an-hour slider, and throwing from the moon, right?
right.
And we're facing him, and he
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those
frame
guys.
that one up.
Yeah, let's bring it back in the zone. One of the guys, he's one of the guys that really couldn't figure it out for 2 years. Like, he was just so big, couldn't repeat it, but had good stuff.
Right.
His junior year, he figured it out. And so we're playing Kentucky, and we had to win basically every SEC game for the next 3 series. And he's shoving it up our ass, and he's like pitching to the 7th inning, and when I faced him, he was throwing me like, I struck out the first 2 at-bats. Javi comes up to me. He's like, hey, bro. In his Cuban accent, he said he's had 15 2-2 pitches all the whole game. 14 out of 15 times he's throwing a slider on 2-2. He goes, so you get the 2-2 on your next at bat, like sit slider. All right, 2-2, sat slider. What did I get? 98-mile-an-hour fastball right on the black, strike 3. Looking, I'm like,
Hey.
I walked back. He goes, I mean, I'm sorry. Nothing I can tell you there. You did what we talked about.
We played the numbers. It didn't work.
Sometimes it doesn't go in your
Sometimes you
favor.
don't have to study for the test.
Sometimes
I
it
split
does
the
not.
aces.
Yeah.
I got it doubled down.
Bought
and I still got
insurance. Yeah.
smacked.
It didn't
The
work.
casino is so fun.
Casino is
The
so much
casinos
fun.
are so fun.
You
Play
are
this
old.
thing.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. I couldn't go to the casino in Omaha.
I couldn't either, man.
Oh yeah, you were a junior, but you were a young junior.
Yeah.
You should have been a sophomore.
When's your birthday?
October.
October what?
He's really only a year older than
I
me.
was gonna say, weren't 21 as a junior.
No, I didn't turn 21 until Pro Bowl.
He should have been. He should have
Next
been.
year
A,
in Pro Bowl. Yeah.
he should have been a
That's super
sophomore.
young.
So he started school early.
Yeah.
All the leverage.
I was gonna say I'm like super young too, but my birthday is like in June. Like
Oh.
that's really really
Like
young.
I showed up
Oh,
on
you
campus.
just
and I
had
was
your
still
birthday.
17.
No,
Oh, you're,
it's
you're about to have your birthday.
9 days. Yeah,
I
29.
showed up on campus and I was still 17 when I first got to school.
The less
You couldn't even get into bars.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
Oh, I doubt. Yeah,
I mean, legally you couldn't get into.
Legally couldn't get in.
Legally,
sure,
you
he
couldn't
really
get into.
struggled.
Oh,
I'm sure they
man.
really told him to get the hell out of the
Yeah.
doorway.
4-star
Guys,
recruit.
that ain't
You
good
play
football.
football and baseball.
You ever hear the
Yeah.
story?
no,
You
we
ever
don't
hear the
want
story
you to
about what
get-
happened in 2009
What
with
year?
me when I got kicked out of Fred's 3 times? My freshman year, because I wasn't able to go in. I was too young to go in. Jared, I'm with a couple. You remember this?
Yes.
So I'm with a couple of my buddies from Lafayette, and Jared pulls up. This is right after he.
Range.
No, he wasn't in the range. He was still. He hadn't gotten the range yet.
See?
Because this is before
Humble
the. This is
Humble
before
guy.
the. This is before the 2009, like actual baseball season. So like I was a freshman, but I haven't done anything. Nobody knows who I am,
Right.
whatever. So
Bangs.
I had gotten into Fred's once before with like Lewis, Coleman, those guys. But then I was like, I'm gonna go back in. Like they know who I am. So I bring a couple of my buddies.
Oh.
Jared shows up. Jared shows up, pulls up front row because I don't know how you got. He's usually front row.
Oh no.
He comes back out the car. He's with a couple of boys. He comes, he says, "What's up?" I'm like, "I'm gonna see y'all in there." He goes in. I walk in. Hey, where you going? I'm going in. Like I'm on the baseball team. He goes, "No, you're not old enough." I'm like,
Oh.
but I was just here like 2 weeks ago. He goes, "No, you can't come in." I'm like, okay. So I told my friends, like, "Hey, just hold on. We'll figure this out." So
This happens every time. It's cool.
so
It's
then
cool.
we tried to do the whole like get another wristband thing. Doesn't work.
Lick the
I
stamp.
go around underneath. We walked in, kicked out. I'm like, hey boys, I think we're gonna go to Bogies. I don't think we're gonna make it at Fred's tonight.
John Peterson's
Yeah.
there.
I don't think we're gonna make it here,
We're going to
here
Bogies,
tonight.
that's
But then after that, of course, I never got kicked out again because we won the national championship and it was fine. But it was
You
very.
earned
That was a big like ego check. Like,
Yep.
ugh. We haven't done anything yet. Nobody knows who I am at all. I can't get into any bars that my friends can get into. It stinks. But Made
What
up
did
for
you
it.
do? Well, what were you? One
Well,
year,
he was
yeah,
older
1 year
than me.
ahead of you.
He was
yeah,
older than me.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
2 years older than me in school. 1 year in actual age. Like he started super early.
Yeah.
But now Boogie's is like not good.
Don't slander them. They can come back.
What are
you
you looking
don't
at?
go
You look like
out.
you're confused at the
No, I'm not confused. No. I know what you're talking about.
I just go there to play pool.
Bogies.
Yeah.
They have a pool table now.
They got a pool table.
Wow.
It's like the only thing in there.
They have a door. They have a door on the bathroom now too, which is good.
I remember when they used to have that stage up there with the railing on it. I probably saw one of the funniest things I ever saw in my life.
Down to
what
the
did you
main
see?
stage.
I ain't gonna say any names. No names.
Yeah, we can't name drop. We can't.
I'm not gonna say any names. One time I'm in there, and I look over towards the stage, and there was this girl there dancing like in front. So they used to have the stage, and they had like a railing on top of the stage too, right? And there was this girl there standing in front of the stage, and she wasn't, whatever, bro. Just a girl was there. Let's think of it that way. The guy decided it was a great idea to, he goes feet on stage, and he knew the girl, so it wasn't weird in that situation, but he had feet on stage, hand on railings, and he was doing like squat moves, and it was the funniest thing. So
He's
she's like,
he's choreographing it.
and it was like nobody on the stage, and it was just them two like pressed up against the stage, and the music was playing, and everybody was like,
They're the only two on stage in the entire bar.
And
Wow.
everyone was like, what is going on right now? And he was just doing this like squat move like up and down, and she's just like dancing, just dying laughing.
Boy, I tell you what,
It's great.
post football
It's
games at the
I'm
bars,
glad Riley Reid made it.
you see a lot.
That was good.
Yeah.
You see a lot of funny things going on.
It's good.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to wait till after the game. Go to the fairgrounds before.
Go to the party
I
box.
can't tell you. I've never been on the fairgrounds really, like for a tailgate. I mean, I've walked past it, but like I was never in that scene to like be on the parade grounds to do it. But
What do you think
It's
obviously lose your recruiting coordinator to go back to baseball just for a little bit.
good.
Lose
good.
the
Bring us
recruiting
back on-
coordinator,
bring us back there.
lose the pitching coach. How much was it Jay giving you the recruiting message, and how much was it Fitzsimmons? Was it Fitzsimmons? Fitzgerald. I mean,
Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons. I mean, we never heard from the guy. Like I didn't even know he
You're right.
existed.
You're right. He like didn't say anything.
Really?
I mean, I've never talked to him. But like, you just never heard about him really.
Right. Yeah,
But
no,
how
I mean,
much was it Jay's message as opposed to like obviously everybody when he was brought in it's like, oh, recruiting guru.
Right.
I feel like that's a lot of Jay, and it is a loss. Obviously, if he's getting a head coaching job, but how much do you feel inside the building that this is Jay's program all the way?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's the head coach. Like it's ran how he wants it to be run. But I mean, I feel like LSU's not a hard.
No, I'm talking
job.
about from the recruiting perspective.
I didn't get recruited by them. Like,
I
was
don't know,
already-
but you still feel the message of what he's trying to sell.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a team effort. I mean, I don't think it's just Jay's the only one recruiting, but like I said, like I feel like LSU is such an easy job to recruit. Like I mean, it speaks for itself. Like if you want to come here, like cool.
Yeah.
Like if not, like okay, we'll go find like somebody else.
Yeah,
Like,
good
it's
luck in the
way-
major leagues.
Yeah, like it's easy to recruit.
What was like the I guess the re-recruiting or the conversations you had with the guys that left? How are they like? I know there's a lot of guys that put their name in the portal
Yeah.
that have been here, and they probably had some really hard conversations. That's every year, especially now with COVID, and now that's over with basically. So like, rosters got expanded to 40 guys, and now it's back down to 35. So you already had to cut some guys. Plus, he wants to bring some other guys in. Like, did you talk to some of the guys that have had those conversations with them, and like how?
I haven't really
difficult was
talked to like
No?
nah, not really. Just like I mean, I've talked to some guys like who like are like gonna leave and stuff like that. You know, I'm not talking about like guys that are transferring, like guys that are moving on to like you
Yeah.
know pro ball. You know, like the next stage in their life, whatever.
Right.
But like this is like the best time of the year because I said this earlier. It's like the best time because it's postseason, but like it's the worst time. Like after that, you know, the season ends and like your boys, like the people you're like with every day, like grinding. You know, you're tight with. They
Right.
like some leave, some stay. Like it's kind of tough, but.
The
so-
draft's gonna be interesting. What do you? I
Yeah.
mean, who do you think on the team right now gets drafted and leaves? I mean,
I hope
Obviously
Barry gets drafted. I mean,
Yeah.
Doty's going to get drafted too.
you think he sneaks in the first round or a supplemental round guy? You think he's probably? I mean, you probably don't know this.
I mean, I don't know this, but like I think he's a first rounder. 100%.
I think so, too.
He's really really good.
But,
Hard worker, good ball player. I
who
think
else?
Paul will get drafted too. Like
Yeah, pretty good. I know. I was hoping we get him back.
What do you think might go higher
than
than what people expect at this point?
I think Paul's the guy that people
Yeah.
he's going to go higher.
I mean, I think I saw him pitch this year. His height, his size, and he's
Yeah.
kind of raw.
He's very
And
What a
guy-
too.
and-
What a story.
In baseball,
Great story.
like,
Great dude too.
Yeah,
like,
awesome
he's
guy.
the
He
man.
loves
He's the
to
man.
show a lot.
agree.
So, like,
He's the man.
Yeah.
But he is a guy that scouts and GMs are like drool over. Like, damn, this guy's 6'10".
Right.
He's throwing 90, touched 97.
Right.
Like, has kind of a funky arm angle, getting guys out, but he's just still super raw and like,
He's
there's
a-
so much
yeah.
untapped in there.
I
Like,
say
He's
he's
there
the
you
perfect
go.
guy as a riser in today's like draft landscape, where development of like trying to find pitchers to do extra stuff. Like,
Right.
I think they would literally
Give me 3 outs.
Yeah, I literally think he's a guy that could fly up draft
Yeah,
boards
he could-
just because of what's there.
And he could be in the
measurables.
big leagues like very soon
Yeah.
too. Like he's not.
Yeah.
You mentioned him going to the big leagues, but is there any part of him where it's like unfinished business a little bit for LSU baseball? It's like I kind of want to come back. There's like I don't know how much was merited to TigerDroppings.com, but of like Barry.
I don't look at
Yeah,
Tiger Droppings.
no, you can't. But Maneri did. But if you, but if you want to be like
That's so
unfinished business a little bit for him to like Gervais could be like, I'll be a first round pick next year too. Like I could improve my draft stock if I come back to LSU.
Yeah, I don't think it's a situation like. I mean, I think he would love to come back just because like that's the type of guy he is. He's like super appreciative of everything.
Because it felt like the chemistry hit.
100%. Like he loved it. Like I think he was the most appreciative guy on our team. I mean, outside of like like Dugas and stuff like that, but like he just loved LSU so much. Like and because he didn't go to a big school out of high school. He was like
He was dead in the water.
Yeah, he had like one offer like just came out of nowhere kind of, and like he loves it. But I think he'll go to pro ball for sure.
I just to answer to kind of compound on that. I just in baseball, it's not set up for guys to come back and get rewarded for your senior season. Like, it's just not that way. Like baseball.
No, I understand that. Like the leverage that you have leaving.
Well,
as
it's
a
just
junior.
too much of a risk in baseball because like it's not.
When you become draft eligible in baseball, if you have a standout good year, it's whether you're draft eligible sophomore or junior, it's better for you. Chances are to take whatever.
Yeah, and as much as we want to believe and much as we want, like, listen, I want to come back for my senior year. It just didn't make sense to come back.
Yeah, it's like
You
us
know what I
asking
mean?
like
Like-
Barry to come back. We're like, buddy,
Bro,
like,
go
we
get
would
your
love
money.
to have you back, but
Yeah.
like you got to do what's best for you. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Go get your buddy.
Yeah.
Devin White wanted to come back for 2019. They're like,
Yeah.
dude, bro,
Dude,
go
please.
be a
it
top
doesn't-
5 pick.
sometimes it just
Please
doesn't
leave.
make sense. Like you may want to deep down, but just
Yeah.
okay, my ultimate goal is to get to the big leagues. I have the opportunity to get there. Financially, going to be stable for a long time. Like I got to go.
My clock is starting.
I think
Yeah.
Joe Barry.
like think of it this way. You can even think of it this way. Like
I think
okay,
Joe Barry will get drafted too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think he's a guy that could benefit from coming back one more year.
You think so? Yeah, I mean, like,
I
just
think-
in terms of like just looking at the numbers, like he had 18 pumps in his first year, like SEC
No doubt.
baseball.
And that's why I think that like
Right.
he has all that, but I think there's other parts of his game that he
Shove.
could
Yeah.
get better
Right.
here. And even though he's going to get drafted, he's a junior this year.
Yeah, I think he's a junior. Yeah.
So like even though he'd be going as a senior, he still would have the ability to get paid. Now obviously it depends on where he got drafted.
right,
But like if he got drafted in the top 5 rounds, I would say yeah, go.
right.
But
I think Dugas will get drafted too, just like for a matter of like how
Yeah.
much money. Like it's up
Yeah.
to him and his talks or whatever.
But like if his number's not, if the number of like the amount that he's getting isn't, I guess, significant for
Right.
him, for me, I'll like you come back because yeah, it's great to get drafted,
Right.
Like that's everybody wants to get drafted, but the ultimate goal, like of getting drafted, is to get to the big leagues, right? Like
Right.
you get money, you get good signing bonuses. Now some guys, obviously, first overall, top 10 picks, are gonna get a lot more.
No doubt.
But you make the significant amount of money when you get to the big leagues. That's when you
100%.
really make the money. And so that's the ultimate goal. And you want to do things that are going to put yourself in that position. I think that he has a chance. But, like, come in here, get a little bit better in the outfield, play the outfield so that you can play it because he can do it.
Right.
And then, have another year like, hey, but, like I said, if he gets drafted in the top 4 rounds,
Right. No doubt.
you can't turn that down.
Yeah.
How much do you think that, obviously there's been a lot of talk about like name, image, and likeness for college football. How much do you think that will impact college baseball, whether it be a signee out of high school that wants to make a decision to come to college or go to the Major League Baseball draft,
Right.
or a guy coming back where they talked about, look, obviously I'm a junior, like this is where my leverage is, but if you have somebody that offers you a substantial amount of money, you can kind of play that against the field a little bit whenever, and Major League
100%.
Baseball isn't prepared
Didn't
for
they
that.
just pass like a new rule too about.
I knew they were
something
talking
like
about it. I just don't know if what's the latest on it. I haven't heard.
that. They just passed like a new rule with the NIL of like the.
Oh yeah,
the-
schools can give out deals now.
So like, I mean, I think that's
Wait,
a game changer for
what's
like
the rule?
all sports.
Schools can actually go out there and get deals for their
happens?
players.
For the
Right
players.
now you can't. Or it used to be where they had to have companies that
go-between.
weren't a booster or whatever part of the school could do it. Now anyone can do it, which is huge.
Right.
So basically they're making the field even bigger for.
100%. Yeah. One dude that like.
I mean,
he
look,
has,
those
like,
boosters are doing it anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I
But
already
they're not
knew
doing
that.
it through the school.
One dude that like doesn't have any eligibility left, but like I hope gets drafted like so much is T-Mac.
Yeah,
Like
he had a good.
was. You talk about velo off the bat.
yeah, he's
He
falling
was-
hard.
He get hit.
But he would start putting out numbers to where that it would make a scout go, oh shit, he's pumping. Like
Yeah.
this is something. It was obviously Dylan Cruz is up there, but
Yeah.
every time he looked around, it was Tyler McManus, Tyler McManus,
Smacks
Tyler
the ball.
McManus.
Yeah.
Like we saw that in the fall too. Like I think he had like 7 or 8 homers in the fall, but like he just hit the ball hard every time. But yeah, I hope he gets drafted or signs as a free agent to continue.
Yeah,
playing.
he may get. I mean, how many rounds? 20.
It's 20 rounds. Yeah.
Is that gonna be it from the draft? It used to be 50,
Yeah, it was a lot.
and then went
they
from
got-
50 to 40,
Yeah.
and then 40 to I don't know if I ever got to 30, and then COVID hit, and then went to 5, and then to 10, and now it's 20.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough though. Like it's just.
Yeah.
I know that's what they want to do. I know they want to cut down players and cut down teams in the minor leagues, but
Do you see?
hey, dude, there's a lot of guys that got drafted after the 20th round that didn't make it. That have made it to the big leagues. That
100%.
Do you see college baseball changing? Because it feels like a lot of what we've seen has been because of the COVID year. They had to stay an extra year.
Right.
People get the extra year, and it's like this is a very veteran laden team.
Yeah, I think that just shows you like how much experience matters too. Like look at a team for like Ole Miss too and Notre Dame. Like those are all old guys playing.
Yeah.
Like not many first year players. Like experience is, y'all know that is such a big thing in college baseball. But like when COVID happened, like some guys were just forced to come back, like because the draft got shortened to 5 rounds. Like it helped college baseball
Right.
out so much.
I will say that as opposed to like in recent years and stuff like that, these last couple years, last year and this year, you watch like the College World Series and it almost seems like it's just a cleaner game simply because it is a whole bunch of older guys
Right.
playing, you know?
Like if I knew now what I knew as a freshman, like it would be a game changer.
100%.
Just like what college baseball deals with and stuff.
Now, in the same breath, right? Obviously, COVID helped. I think having a lot of older guys. I think the portal is going to
Yeah.
hurt it a little bit because
So I saw
you have all these guys from small schools that are good that are now going to leave them and come to here or Tennessee.
I saw a
or,
tweet from Kendall Rogers the other day. There's like over 2,000 people in the portal. Like,
Told y'all.
It's a lot.
Portal's out of control. Where y'all going? Where are all 2,000 of y'all going?
Can't all go find a spot.
They can't all go to the SEC. Where y'all going?
It's a lot of people.
A lot
How
of
much
people.
do you think that with, and not to be real inside baseball, but without having like losing a recruiting coordinator, being able to, obviously it feels like a 365-day job now with Jay.
Right.
Like you have to be able to make up ground at some point. Do you think losing your recruiting coordinator in the middle of what seems like the biggest time of the year
100%.
make a difference? And whenever you saw the guy from Kansas that like took a sniff at LSU, goes to Tennessee.
Right.
Like he's obviously looking. I'm just wondering how much does a difference make when you have to kind of insert yourself as the head coach into being a recruiting coordinator? Like, do you think he's
I mean, he has to work like a little bit harder.
Hard, more orange
like he
juice?
was already maybe a little more OJ at night. Yeah, just because like it's that extra phone call that you got to make or an extra text message, a couple messages that you got to send. But like if Coach Madrill was here, he'd be making the phone calls with them, so like you can split them up. But nah, he has to do it all by himself.
Tell you what, bro. My bets are hitting. All of them. All of them. All the ones you didn't take are hitting. Hitting hard.
Look at Lloyd's face right now.
Now, obviously, it's not. It's still got a ways to go.
Lloyd, how you
hitting?
feeling?
good
Sorry.
for him? Hope it goes well.
Me too. My account's gonna be real luscious after tonight.
This is definitely like the most stressful time of the year for a coach too, though. Like with draft and like all that stuff going
Oh
on.
yeah, trying to
I
figure
can't
out.
imagine.
Well, I
Who's
just
gonna
I
stay,
don't
who's
I don't
not?
want to. I would never want to be in Jay's spot right now.
Right.
Because he's got one. He had a lot of changes. He was probably gonna try to make with the team. Guys leaving. Guys transferring. Now he's got 2 coaches he has to go, and now he's got to worry about the draft coming up. There's a lot. There's a lot of moving parts right now.
It's a lot of long nights where you're hoping things go right.
Once August 1 hits, he's going to be very excited because he's going to finally know what's. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to want to come on the show.
Why?
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, after August 1.
He's probably not sleeping much.
Yeah, he doesn't really sleep much to begin with, too. Though.
No, he doesn't.
He's not good.
He said.
Have you seen The Accountant on?
Yeah, that
that's what he is. That he feels like Ben Affleck in The Accountant. Where he's
Well, wouldn't Ben Affleck? Did he have Asperger's in The Accountant?
Ooh.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
Don't give me that look like I'm wrong.
That's what it feels like, though. It feels like he's rolling his shins out with a kneading pen and he's staring at the ceiling.
There's gonna be someone to like take on a task of like doing all this stuff like you just said. He's definitely the perfect guy for it.
Yeah.
Because he's motivated.
How happy are you to see Nolan have success?
So good. Nolan's the man. Like
he's the
one
best.
Of the best in the biz. Like
He's coming back.
He's not coming back.
Oh my god.
I have no idea. He's the man. So happy for him and all that whole family too. Queso, Miss Kirsten. But
yeah, they're happy. They're having a good time.
Not Kirsten.
Yeah,
Kristen.
Sorry.
Kirsten was the.
Yeah, I botched that.
No, it's okay. You're
close.
close. I mean, it's
Kristen. My bad.
But Kirsten was academic advisor.
Yeah, she was.
Right?
I got those two confused. But yeah, super happy for Tuna.
See, I knew that.
I texted him the other day. Actually, they showed his dad panned on the screen.
Oh, really?
They look so
identical.
Holy crap! I was like, bro, when
identical.
you have a beard and you have like gray hair, you're gonna look like your dad.
Identical.
He was like, LOL.
Nolan, he's funny, man.
He texted you back?
Yeah, he texted me back. He's like, LOL.
Must be nice.
LOL.
Oh, he answered me the next day.
He texted me back.
You know how Nolan is. He's as dry as they come until you get him out of
Nolan,
work
and
mode.
Nolan's the
100%.
nicest guy.
You
nicest
get him
guy
out of
in the
work
world.
mode, he's the biggest clown you've ever seen.
100%, like super dry on the phone. And then when you like talk to him in person, just chop
You
it
have a couple libations in him.
Some bubbles.
What
Some
of
vodka?
it? Just a couple too. That's all.
What?
Some vodka. Very big guy, lightweight.
Big Tuna.
Yeah.
Big guy. Yeah, big guy, not a lot of drinks.
Big tree fall hard.
Big tree fall hard.
I'm gonna say I love you.
Did you put any of your?
No.
I thought you had it on your phone.
I had a lot going on today. Sold the car.
Big excuse guy, apparently.
Dang.
Do we know these LSU guys sitting behind home plate? They've been there all week so
Don't
far.
listen
No,
to
they
me.
don't.
Don't fall for this.
Anybody know them?
I fell for it early.
Well, we're not gonna have.
We have
We're not
2
gonna
minutes
not.
left.
We're not gonna not do the segments.
I'll pull them up.
Talk to me, dude. Hey, do you know these
Talk
guys
to me,
sitting behind home
Goose.
plate?
I do not know them. I do not know any of them.
We got the Rodney
Chris
Chaplin
Gideon?
lookalike on the right.
Is it Mr. Billy?
It might be.
Let's see. No, I have no clue. What?
Ooh, first
It's
pitch
two
ball.
LSU, and that's that ECU guy in the middle.
We get anybody up in the pen? Maple Jordan.
Who?
Awesome. Andrew Wiggins.
Roberto Clemente.
Okay. 21? 24? 21. 21.
I'm not bailing you out.
28.
28?
Roberto Clemente. Siri. Ask Siri. What number was Roberto Clemente?
21.
Yeah,
I think it was 21.
Number 21.
I think it was 21.
I know.
The
I wasn't
yeah.
gonna bail you out. I was gonna let you get to it at some point.
The right field wall is 21 feet high before Roberto Clemente.
There you go.
That I know.
But you didn't really know it. You weren't
I
sure.
didn't know. I mean, 21 just seems, is it high enough?
It's a lot. It's real high. All right, get your stuff.
Yeah, you talk amongst yourselves.
We are. Why'd you gasp?
Literally, it was a pickoff.
It was a pickoff play. Hey, don't underestimate. I played first base and I whiffed the pickoff to me first.
Yeah, everyone
You
talks
missed
about
one?
how first is so easy. Like there's
No, it's not.
Definitely some challenging parts.
Not listen to me. Listen to me. This is
Footwork's
my
real over there.
Footwork's a real
footwork is
thing.
real.
It's a
If
real
you do not
thing.
have the footwork at first base, you are
Footwork's
not in a
real.
good position.
100%.
You are in a dark place. And
Dark plays. That's
I
what
was.
In a dark place.
I had one career start at first base. It was last year, AAA.
Talk about how this came up, because I think it's even funnier how this whole thing came up.
Well, all year I've been saying, hey, I got a first baseman. I was like, hey,
Right.
I want to start taking ground balls at first.
Did he?
Oh,
He
let's
did.
go.
He got
Over
it.
is it's at least a push. Can't lose the money. And so I was like, hey, I want to take some ground balls at first base
Right.
because like the more positions I get to play, the better. And so like, all right, so I'm taking ground balls at first, and like my hands are good. Like I was feeling ground balls, but we never once worked on footwork.
Yeah.
That one was 351, but the other one was 324.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. But like, we never really worked on like footwork. Like, hey, if you go after a ball, but you don't need to go get it, get back to the bag, look at the whatever.
Right.
And so we're going through the whole stuff, and I felt pretty comfortable. And I was swinging the bat really well. And we had a few outfielders say, hey, I want to get you in the lineup. We have a rehab guy. I'm going to put you at first tonight. I'm like, great. Playing Tampa, they have 6 lefties in their lineup. I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. Right? So I get through the first inning, no problem. I get through this. Actually, first inning was like I think I got like a fly ball and like a soft like ground ball to second base, threw it to me or whatever. So then we get to the third inning, and wheels fall off. Like, fall off. So I am sitting there, right? Guy gets on first base, base hit. Jimmy Lambert, he's up and down from the big leagues now. Awesome guy, but like
Bert.
Lambert.
That's what we call him.
Oh, is that who you call him? Where's he from?
This guy's got 3 knocks.
Fresno State.
Good guess.
No, not. So anyway, so he's pitching. He picks over and he has one of those like ride fastballs.
Yeah.
Just like obviously it's gonna
And they're
ride.
throwing as hard as they can on.
And he's gonna ride. So he throws the first one to me. I'm like, catch it real shakily. I'm like, oh, I give it back to him. I give him the head. Like, we're good. He's like, all right. Comes back again, whipped it. Right? All the way down. Guys goes first to third. I'm like, oh no.
You gotta go run and get it.
And so then.
Wait, were you on the was it home dugout on your side or opposing dugout?
Opposing dugout.
The worst case scenario.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, this is not good. Yeah. And so we go and we have a ground ball to me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make up for it. Well, I don't need to get it. Like I take 2 steps. It's not mine, second baseman. So I get back. I'm looking at the second baseman, not trying to find the bag without looking. Can't find the bag. I'm all over the bag. This dude misses the bag so he doesn't land on my ankle.
Yeah.
Like, thank God he didn't do that. I would have been crushed. He misses the bag though. I get it and tag him out because he's off the bag.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh man, this is not good.
Damn
so then,
zoo over there.
So then,
Zoo it.
Then same thing happens with their big center field prospect. Lowe from Mississippi State.
Yeah.
His little brother.
Okay.
Center fielder, completely opposite bodies. This guy's 6'5", runs like a gazelle. He's like real lanky, but like really good. And we had played each other so much throughout the course of the year that we kind of like all knew each other. Same thing happens. I don't find the bag. I catch it. I'm on the bag. He's running full speed, crushes me, runs right into my back. He falls down. I stand up, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I pick him up, and like brutal. Bases, runners on second and third. Guy hits me a chopper, infield in. I field it, throw it to the opposite side of home plate, bad throw, whatever. But it wasn't like an error, just scores.
Whatever.
Finally get out the inning. I was getting tips from their first baseman who was on third base on how to play first base. I'm like, this is so embarrassing. I played professional baseball for 11 years. Never played first base, and I'm getting tips from a 24-year-old.
Mid-game.
Weird.
Mid-game.
Hey.
Definitely weird.
Mid-game while I'm on the field.
Bad.
Well, no. Have you seen what's the movie? It's not Major League. Back to the Minors. Whatever. It's the old man. They're like, oh, you could play first base. He's like, how hard is he? He goes, oh, hardest position you could play. Like that's literally what happened to you.
Yeah, I mean, it was like,
He does the splits and he goes, and they put him on the stretcher.
Roger Dorn?
No,
Who was it?
No. Dorney was a legend.
Yeah, right.
It was
Taylor?
He took the pitch in the back.
That's Roger Dorn.
But I was like,
Yeah.
it was not good, and so I respect first baseman a lot more. Okay, do you have your segments?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Here we go.
Yeah, I guess just me.
Said screw that shit. Go in the middle.
You have multiple curtain calls,
Or
or
just the one.
which one are you doing? The one that,
Joe Biden.
the one that we talked about, Sleepy Joe.
No,
What,
not
him
Sleepy
falling
Joe.
off the
All right, I'm
bike?
taking that one.
I know.
I'm taking that one. You mean I know? You know I was taking that one?
You're always front runner.
See, he's so mad at me. He's so mad at me because I'm gonna go 9-1 on my picks, and the only one I missed is the first college baseball game of the day.
The only one I took.
Whose fault is that?
Yours.
Nope, you didn't take the other 7 that I gave you.
This is my curtain call of the week. Cade, I'd love your input on this because it is unbelievably embarrassing for baseball in general. Oh, you go ahead and see it. Hold on. One second.
Oh no. If it's on Is that what? Oh no.
Oh no.
Gosh. Oh,
That's my curtain call.
I saw that. That's
What is-
How about the ass?
What the fuck is going on at Texas A&M? Go save your man, Nolan Kane. Go save him. He's
Yeah.
not happy.
Hey man, they love that.
Is that what Tuna's doing now?
What is
Tuna?
going on over
Big
there?
Tuna doing
Nolan
it.
slapping his own ass.
That's tough.
God, that's tough.
It looks like steel.
He does kind
What
of
does
like
he do?
steel.
It's like he's hitting like a bad nay-nay or something.
Shoot the guns in the air.
Slap your ass.
Who shoots
So
the
that's
gun
your
from there?
curtain call. Are the yell leaders for A&M? That guy.
No
This
way
specific
anyone's
yell
fired up
leader.
from that. There's
I'd
no
just
way.
be like this if I was in the stands.
How many dollars did he get?
Like, what are you doing?
What is this
That's
man
tough.
doing?
My curtain call.
Do you
is-
think? No. Do you
Okay,
think he
okay.
was proud of himself? Do you think
Yeah.
that's?
Yes.
I nailed it.
Yes.
The 100%.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
telling his buddies like, I can't-
1,000%.
Did y'all see me? Did y'all see me? Now look at him. He's on the College World Series like commercial.
Yeah.
I killed it.
I mean, I retweeted it and said I'd kick my own ass if I went to Texas A&M.
I saw that.
And
Very
that's
nice.
just so true. I'd fuck.
And the guy from who's the pitcher now that's like all about college baseball? Does stuff with
Oh, he's hilarious.
yeah,
Stevens-
Scott.
Yes, however you say his last name, Stevens.
The guy from Virginia.
for Virginia. He
Big
said
donkey.
it's an ass slap for me.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay, so your curtain call is anti-curtain call.
Yeah, that is. Close the curtain on him.
I guess my curtain call would be the stumble off the bike with Joe. It was tough. You saw what happened. You saw it happening.
Yeah.
He couldn't get the foot out the pedal, and it was just happening a lot fast. The game moved a little too fast for him, and he fell down. And I'm glad he's okay. And if you ever watch Joe Rogan or see Joe Rogan,
If you ever watch Veep.
you ever seen Joe Rogan? So
love
Joe Rogan interviewed McGregor from the ground on the floor from the octagon.
Yeah.
So he put himself on the picture and started interviewing like he was interviewing Joe Biden from the ground, which was very entertaining. So I think that's my curtain call is that
fucked
part of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's tough.
You see, he was
You
trying to
can
get it
see
out and he got
slip.
stuck. It's tough. Is this Joe Rogan?
No.
No, I thought you were gonna show
You
that.
pull up Joe Rogan's Twitter page.
It's okay. That's
Yeah,
tough.
I feel like Joe Rogan would probably flag us on the monetization.
Don't do that.
And
Don't do that. Don't
But
do
so
That's
this
tough.
is a rich people problem, right? If you have a lot of people don't realize that like your spikes locked
Oh, you actually
in.
have like a bike shoe.
Right, like
Yeah.
people are thinking that he couldn't get his foot off the
I don't know
pedal.
if that's rich people problem. It's just biker problems. Like people who ride
Do you
bikes.
have spikes for your bikes?
Nah, I don't.
You
I don't have
Peloton?
I don't have a
Oh,
bike.
Peloton?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't have a bike or a
Rich people.
Peloton.
This is a rich people problem.
I know people who aren't rich that have bikes and Pelotons.
They are rich.
No, they're not. They make a normal living, but they have saved up to buy the Peloton so they don't have to go spend money on a workout class. That's why they do it.
I definitely know people who are not rich who have
If you
bikes.
don't want to spend a lot of money, go to F45 for all your workout needs.
Okay, good
I
plug.
see you working there.
Good plug.
I feel like I have to do a lot more than I've been doing.
Yeah, you need to do more.
I know.
It's your sponsor.
Yeah. All right, I'm starting now.
I gotta check
Okay.
that out.
You got to. It's good.
Oh,
That's
come with
great.
me. I'll get you a sponsor. I'll get you in.
That's great. You should definitely go.
It actually is a really
it's
good
great.
workout. We
It's
go
good.
all the time. Yeah, that is awesome.
It's great though.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
It is.
It's good. It's like
See, it's
really
good.
well
Are you
done.
ADD?
No.
Like I have the ADHD, so it's good. You just keep moving. You just never know that
You
you're
sound
actually
like
out
a
of breath.
55-year-old man. I have
Well,
the
no,
I have the ADHD.
Yeah,
I have the COVID.
It's good because you just keep moving.
it
I know,
is.
I don't have ADHD. I have the ADHD.
That's great.
I have the
Okay.
workout.
Okay,
I
I have the ADHD.
have the F45 membership.
You mean D1?
Those
D1.
are
I
my
don't ever
curtain
see
calls.
you
Hey,
there.
Okay, do you
Morning,
have? Please
guy.
tell me you have a not my fault.
Morning, guy. We get in there before the noon.
Joe was not my fault.
What?
It was going to be not my fault for me not being able to realize what you could do with your shoe. That was
Yeah.
not my fault.
You pulled them.
Actually, I do have a not my fault.
There we go.
Are you
Perfect.
ready?
Not my fault. It was brought to you by who?
F45.
No, Dozy Place. Brought to you by Dozy Place and F45 today, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me hear it.
So, let me know. I saw this happen
Oh, this is
on
actually
Father's
real
Day.
world.
This is a
Real
real,
world
yeah.
on that.
This real world. We were one group behind. We were on the golf club. Shout out U Club. We were out there, and somebody lets the group in front of us go through. No big deal. We play a very casual round of golf for Father's Day. We're just chilling, And so we see this happen in front of us where the people in front of us let the group ahead go. We're on the par 3. There's two people, and then there's a threesome in front of us. And so, right, as golf goes. And the person that lets the people go, he's like, oh, I'm going to hit off the tee, which is fine. Like,
That's
all right,
normal.
and let him go. Instead, he chases his ball up into the middle of the fairway, and the people behind him are like, I have no clue what to do. He's standing in the middle of the fairway.
That's his fault.
That's definitely not my fault, or is it his fault?
That's his fault. It's not the people's fault for waiting. They did the right thing. His fault for not having golf etiquette, understanding that he needs to go. Why would he run to go get his ball?
I don't know. That's what we were wondering. It's like, all right, understand you want to go find your ball to keep pace of play, I guess. But if you pipe it down the middle, you have to be
You know it's in the middle.
Don't put your cart in the middle for the people behind you to not be able to hit.
Yeah, that's
also
bad
in
etiquette.
the
That's
middle.
his fault. That's
Yeah,
his fault.
That's
his
what
fault.
okay. I feel like it's
Not your fault, not their fault, his fault.
his fault.
His fault.
Because
Wherever you are, gotta get better. Better etiquette.
That was my dad.
Plot twist.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you
Definitely.
set me up for that. I mean, that's BS. I hope your dad doesn't listen to this.
No, he doesn't.
That's why you got mad at him.
Super mad. You know who's behind him?
Lloyd, you put that thing on the rim just
To the
now or
left.
no?
He
Huh?
literally
You put that
just,
thing on the rim just now or no?
Yeah. I don't
Wow.
want it. Goaltending.
he just got me on his side of something. I think if I knew it was his dad, I wouldn't have been on his side.
Got him back. Got him back.
Wow. You set me up for that. I don't trust you. I can't trust you anymore.
You shouldn't.
You should trust all my picks, what you should do, but you
shouldn't.
shouldn't. But, what a good show.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. I appreciate you
Yeah,
coming in and
good job
having
for
having
having
the last hour of the show.
Did
I'm
you
sorry
have
we kept
fun?
you a lot. Did you have fun?
Oh, that was a great time. I loved
Great.
it. Yeah.
I figured like we had the interview, and then I figured it would just be better just to watch the game and
Yeah.
talk and
I
just
love
kind of have
chopping
it.
up.
Yeah,
Fellowship.
chop it up with the
Fellowship.
boys.
Fellowship.
I love that.
Fellowship.
Fellowship's important.
It is. It's key.
It's very important. People lose that now. You don't get that as much anymore.
We would do that in the hotel rooms before games, like on the road. Big fellowship night.
Love that. See, that's
Oh,
good.
Wait, wait, more.
We would just talk. Yeah, like just.
They had big fellowship nights on the
shoot
road.
shit.
Like guys would hang
Especially
out, chop
when
it
things were
up.
going
Guys
good,
being
like,
dudes?
we would do fellowship. Huh?
Guys being dudes.
What y'all do? Y'all talking about like y'all play video games? What y'all do?
Literally everything.
Love it.
Whatever.
Like it.
We would do that shit on the road too, but it was
Is Nintendo 64 still a
some
thing?
different
I
things were
don't
happening.
think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
No Mario Kart?
I know a bunch of guys play Call of Duty, Fortnite, something like
Yeah,
that.
see, I'm not a big gamer.
Yeah.
But I watch. I mean, I enjoy video games. I just don't. I just don't play. The shooting games I've never been good at. But on the road, like when I was
You're not a patriot.
professional baseball, they would have. You would have nights where you'd go to someone's room. It was usually like a veteran who had a suite,
Right.
and all the guys would go in there and you'd hang out and you'd have fellowship nights.
You got to.
Yeah, you'd have a couple drinks and hang out and talk.
That dude is
That
the
kind of
best
stuff.
on Twitter. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny. He's done well for himself
Yeah.
on the Twitter sphere.
He took that interview and just ran with it. Like
Yeah.
everybody loved him after that, which like rightfully so. It's hilarious.
He did good. Good job, Steven.
He's interviewing Sonny D. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was a good interview.
Two big boys.
Two big boys.
Two big boys.
Chopping it up.
Chopping it up.
All right.
So I'm the one that had a curtain call and a not my fault.
What's that?
I'm the one that did the
No, I gave you my curtain call.
what was it?
You always do the not my fault.
It was the
That was your whole
Seg.
thing. That was your segment that you said you were gonna do, and we agreed to that last week. And then now you're making it seem like a burden.
Now
I
you're,
guess my
now you're
dad's
projecting it
listening
on
right now.
everyone
Yeah, he's
else.
projecting it on everyone.
Yes.
I think my dad's listening right now. He just sent me a photo of me and you from 2009 at the SC tournament. Yeah.
Wow.
No way.
That's legit.
Wait, if you show it to him, I can zoom in on it.
Wow.
That's
Dude,
legit.
That's legit.
I
That's vintage.
almost thought that was the hat you used to wear all the time.
That's legit.
No way. You were fat then.
I was a big kid. I was a fat kid.
Wow. This was
Flip it back.
Lloyd's been in that 45 and wants to just start talking the shit now.
Mikey Bangs.
no bangs.
Dude, that
Let's
was great.
fold it back in there. Oh, that is great. Look at that.
How old
Good
are
times.
How old are you?
How old was I there?
Yeah.
Shit, probably like, what was that, 2009? Probably 9 years old. 10, maybe.
God, I'm older than you are. Fuck.
Yeah,
God
dude.
damn it.
What do you mean? You think,
What do
you,
you think?
you thought he was
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
30 in college?
Hey, you're not in college. He
Dummy.
is.
That
Yeah.
shit still blows my mind. I'm like, oh, I feel like he's older than me.
He's
so
30
mature.
years old. He's 30 years old. 30 years
about
old.
mom and dad.
No, I thought that was cool. Like, my brother was like really good friends with Maddie. So like, I was.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I got to like watch y'all take BP, and I remember like seeing like Chad hit one into the trees in Hoover. I was like, oh my god.
And he didn't even play.
Yeah.
Just pitched at that point.
Took BP and pitched.
Yeah, he was just
He
taking
didn't throw.
BP with
He
fun.
took BP. He didn't throw pins.
Mason Katz and Rittner were partying with us all during that postseason run in 2009, the year before they got to LSU. They were in Omaha the whole time. Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was great.
And you were 7?
Yeah, around like 8, 9, whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Man,
you'll
you're older
be
than
there
me.
You'll be there
I'm
next
older
year.
than you.
No big deal.
He'll be back in Omaha.
Somehow Lloyd thought y'all were the same age. And
Yeah, I really
Oh,
did feel that way. I keep running
Somehow.
into these people, and I'm like, I'm not. We're the same age. You're like, oh no, he's in college.
I'm not 30 yet.
I apologize to your dad for Lloyd's cursing and
No,
inappropriateness.
Happy Father's Day to your father.
Late Father's Day. Belated.
He's not. Deal.
Father's Day was on Sunday.
Yeah, you're a
Belated.
day late.
Yeah.
Happy belated Father's Day to Jack Beloso,
No,
Tom. What's his name? Cade Senior.
He was waiting. Hey, he kept getting close. He was waiting for help. He was like, to Jack.
Rodney.
Rodney.
You never would have gotten it. You never would have gotten it.
Happy Father's Day, Rodney.
I think that's an awesome name.
Yeah.
You don't hear Rodney's
I
anymore.
love it.
For you today, my son Rodney.
Okay. Great show. Great show. Thanks for
Thank you
coming
guys
on.
for having me.
Yeah, I
That was
appreciate
awesome.
you. Thanks for
Come
coming on.
back
We're gonna let you go.
anytime.
Come back anytime. Come chop it up with the boys anytime you want. You watching Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We are live again Wednesday from 6 to 8.
Oh, we haven't started streaming yet.
And live on Friday from Earl's this Friday, 4:30 to 6. We are on all podcast networks, Spotify
Right.
and Apple,
Apple.
thankfully.
That was, you butchered that one.
Butchered it. Like, subscribe, share it, tell a friend. If you don't like us, tell us you don't like us. If you do like us, press the like button, subscribe us, have fun with us. Catch us live again on Wednesday, 6 to 8.
Your new promo is gangbusters. I didn't cut it up. I just played it. It's going great.
I don't believe you. You need to get better at your job if that's the case.
A lot of production talk going on around here.